All right. Hey Twitch, welcome. It is Thursday and we are live with our Wild Mount game. So excited. We've got fun stuff planned, I believe, as if Discord isn't lying to me with everything everyone has been planning. So, last where we left our amazing, I guess, heroes. They having fended off a mind eater threat, they were assigned a very delicate mission to kind of test their chops and to make up for some, one could say, missteps in their previous mission. And that was simply to quell hostilities between two of the major logging families. That would be the Majas and the Lagvas. And they ended up investigating, uncovering a vicious plot, possibly brought out by a faction known as the Revelry, one that seeks to disrupt the Concord and seek much of the wealth and military power for itself in order to expand and maybe be its own nation of miscreants pirating. At any rate, our adventurers were able to uncover the plot and successfully, it seems, stop those responsible and bring to light the plot in general. After sending some word to the Marquis just as a heads up, the two families began to mourn together over the manipulations, the damage to property, life, limb, and even the murder of one of the High family's daughters. Thus, our party retired to their favorite inn, began to get a little bit of sleep. So, it is in the night of this rest, or early morning as it may seem, and the sun is just kind of coming up, things are just beginning to awake. What do we think happens first?
So Mike and Mike, Zemnon, and Helibram are all in one room together, and Zemnon, I think you would probably pick it up first. Helibram is having a bit of a nightmare. He's tossing and turning and grumbling in his sleep. What do you do?
Yeah, I'd probably rest a hand on your shoulder. Helibram, it's all right.
Tears suddenly prick into his eyes and start rolling down his face. And he's heaving.
Whoa there, friend. You're all right.
And he draws away from you a bit, trying to figure out where he is in the moment.
You fell last night in the battle versus the parrot. We were able to stabilize you, but we had no magic left for healing.
Looks like you get a sequel.
I offer you a water skin.
Thank you. I drink and kind of just rub my hands over my face, try and stop the tears from falling that just don't seem to be able to stop.
Are you hurt? Do you need healing?
No. No, it's just memories. Do you know how Draconia fell?
No.
No.
There was a dragon, a great chromatic dragon that came and just destroyed everything. It knocked this great, beautiful city to the chasm below. And my parents, they were there when it happened. They were good people, I guess. I didn't really care for the politics of everything they did. My whole life was planned out for me before I even got to live it. And I hated it. I hated my parents for that. So I went off and I traveled a bit, went to cities spending their money and pretending that I wasn't supposed to do what I had to do to further the family legacy. But do you know the last thing I told my father? That I hated him. That I hated our name, and that I was glad to be rid of him and his stupid legacy. And that was it. And last night, when those spells hit, it was like hearing the news again for the first time. I was right on the edge, and I saw Cora just fall in front of me. And I couldn't do anything. Just like I couldn't do anything then. Because it was already over. And I never went back. But there isn't much left of the great families of Draconia. And a lot of my time here since then I've been trying to pretend that maybe it's just better if I not care about people. But as we traveled here, as we fought together and these past few days, I guess I've come to see you guys as friends. And if we died, I would want you guys to know that. That I thought of you as friends. And Helbram just kind of rubs his face some more and lets out shaky breaths.
I think Mike would hop on up because he probably woke up from the sound of Helbram first coming, waking up to alertness. So he probably heard all that, and he's gonna come over and kind of tap him on the shoulder and let him know. We appreciate your openness and your honesty, but to be completely honest, you don't need to worry about that. We all know that you think we're your friends, and we all consider you our friend. Like, you don't really solve a murder and kill a mind flayer in a cavern without developing some form of a bond. You don't need to worry about that. If something were to happen, which it wouldn't, or at least it would be very difficult, we would know that, and we appreciate you telling that, and we consider you a friend as well, or at least I do. I would imagine Zemnon is thinking the same thing.
It's not in my head.
Was that dragon ever dealt with?
Yeah. So these crazy heroes killed it, and I guess he was connected to some other dragons. Imagine killing not one but multiple dragons. It's
well, it's an unfortunate fact of whatever binds this world together, but the most interesting and unfortunately usually the best and most good characters have tragic backstories, and what you dealt with, it sucked, but it's put you on this path that you got to pick what you did with your name and your family's name. Like, I imagine in your Padres plans, they never had you solve a murder mystery in a logging town. But there's a bunch of people alive and a bunch of bad guys taken care of that wouldn't have happened without you and your magic and your quick thinking and your teaming up with Vera to impersonate local religious figures. And, I'm sure your padre, I'm sure this wasn't in the plan, but I'm sure he'd be very proud of you. And I'm sure he would understand that what you said the last minute, if you could take it back, you would.
All parents were once children. I'm sure he knew you didn't mean it. I'm sure he had difficulties with his parents at some point in his life as well. And that you were speaking in anger.
My dad didn't even bother to visit me. I turned 60 and he sent me a letter. The fact that your dad took the time, to set this up for you in his own twisted way, he cared about you and thought you were good enough that you could represent him long after he was gone.
I hope you're right that he thought that I was just angry. That I didn't I didn't want to go with his plan. I didn't want to help my family continue on being great, moving money through Draconia and helping sire the next great heirs.
I'm sure that your padre and your mom are looking down on you, and I'm not only quite confident that they're proud, I bet that they're excited to see what the next chapter in your life is, and I bet they're pretty darn glad that at the end of the day you got to pick what it is.
You're right.
Yeah. Parents, let me tell you something. Parents don't know what they're doing half the time. And they think that they're trying to help you, and they're going to tell you how to live your life because that's what they think is right. But that is what they think would work for them. And you're a different person than your dad. I'm sure he couldn't do what you just did yesterday.
My father is not magically inclined in the slightest.
Exactly. And I'm sure he couldn't go up and lie to a group of families and tell them that you were a local missionary either. You know what I mean? And you could.
True. I'm sorry for waking you both.
It's time for my Pilates anyway. You're good.
Shall we head down to get breakfast, wait for the rest? I need to speak with everyone anyways.
I don't think I could go back to sleep even if I tried. Hellebrum's just going to take a moment to kind of like compose himself before fully getting up and heading out the door with everyone. Okay. Let's go. And he heads on out.
Matt, you're muted.
Thank you. Is this happening? Anything else? All right. So you make your way down, and still early morning. There is just the small hint of coffee, a little nicer than what gets brewed later. You're realizing. It's has like a mixture between like this chocolate and almost salty oceany note in the air. A little reminiscent of like a sea breeze. And as you just kind of have it, trying to focus in on what's happening, grounding yourselves in reality, the physical world. It's good. It's hot and strong. The bitter taste is almost soothing. And as the sun peeks into all of your rooms, the sun taking a little bluish tint as it passes through Cora and then onto everybody else, refracted by her spectral body, you come to wake up. The morning is yours. What would you like to do?
Who's in this room? Is it everybody else, or was this?
I think there's two rooms that everyone kind of got into.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'll look over at Theo. Good morning.
Good morning.
probably get started on the day. They have really good rolls here.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's true.
Maybe we could have a word in private for a moment.
Oh, you're like a morning person. Yeah, we could. Yeah, that's fine. Here, or do you want to like go for a walk?
Let's go for a walk.
Okay, we can say hi to everyone. I mean,
Sure.
if they're awake.
That sounds good.
Pass down and you spy Mike, Zemnon, and Helbrum, either with breakfast beer or coffee, I assume. Rolls aren't quite ready yet, though you do smell the honey crystallizing and glazing them as it kind of comes through the air a little bit, mixing with the fresh baked smell. You look outside, not a lot of movement. Most people are just kind of beginning to eat, and people aren't out to open any stores yet. There's just a few more other morning walkers, but other than that, you may do what you want.
I'll look for like a side alley or a quiet spot where there's not a lot of observers. Duck along that side.
Easy enough to find. You go about a block away, and actually, Zara, you recognize this as one of the alleys where you kind of cornered a young girl.
So relatively looking over my shoulder, I don't see anybody that can hear. I don't see anyone around.
Make a perception check.
Nat one.
That one looks very clear, silent, peaceful.
Super spy. Okay. Zara, I have to report in. But I have to know. How did you get mixed up in this?
It's it's kind of been with me forever. It's not something I chose. I've had an affinity with the elements, water specifically, that I'm able to kind of manipulate, and they paid attention to me from when I was young. So, and then meeting the group, we were in the tunnels. We were on a mission, and they came along, and I just follow orders.
No, I understand. I'm gonna check your arms to see if you have any of the telltale scars or tattoos or anything like that. Have they marked you in any way like that?
I have scars.
Okay, I'll unwrap. I'm gonna pull my sleeve up and unwrap and show you he has actual like residium implants and the tattoos and all of it, but he keeps it wrapped up very tightly. So they put you through the awakening then too. Okay. Well, do your friends know what you are?
No, I barely know them.
Okay.
I don't usually play well with others.
Understandable. Well, a couple things. You are not what I was expecting on this job. One bit.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Are you upset?
No, not at all. It's refreshing, actually. So we're gonna need a cover story, because if you don't want them to know who you are, then they can't know who I am, or it'll be obvious. So I've lived most of my life in Rexentrum. Where are you from?
I'm from the coast.
So we're gonna have to have a hell of a backstory. We've already told them that I'm your friend.
Mhm. They seem very trusting, at least. I like them. I don't want to lie to them.
Well, I think at this stage it's more about keeping them safe. But maybe we keep it as simple as possible. We're friends. We met along the coast. We could. I've worked in libraries a lot. Are you much of a reader?
I'm more of a writer.
Okay.
I write. And I don't really go in libraries. It's not really my thing.
All right. Well, what sort of work have you been doing this time? Could we have known each other through work?
I don't know. I feel like maybe you knew my father.
Sure. What was your father like?
Well, I don't know. So we can make up whatever we want. His name was Christopher, and he was a sailor. That's
That's
all I know.
perfect.
So maybe you sailed with him. You know,
That sounds great.
the Big Blue.
So, one brief serious matter, and then let's get back to the group.
Okay.
There's no easy outs to this. So, you're playing a much more dangerous game than I think you realize. I'm going to pull out a note. This is my initial report. Send this to you in Discord. I want to be completely transparent with you. This is what I'm going to send our leader. And you notice that he's already put this all together before ever even having this conversation with you. The note's all written out. Does that sound amenable to you?
Yeah. No, I mean, I was supposed to be with Bob. Supposed to, but that didn't work out.
Okay.
I'm fine with this.
So, consider me a mentor.
Okay.
I'm not here in whatever capacity we both might have thought I was going to be. I'm a quick judge of character, and I like you. I don't want to see you in trouble. So consider this lesson 1. Okay? Gonna tap to my lips to whisper. You have to assume at any given moment that you're being watched. Even a moderate level wizard can spy on you very easily. In the meantime, I'm already working on a way that you and I can speak more freely. If you truly are trying to get out, wait. Play the game more slowly. Don't be obvious. Okay? I just want to make sure that we're both safe. And then maybe as you feel comfortable, as I get the means that we can talk more openly, maybe at that time you want to tell your friends what's really going on. But that's going to be your decision. I'll support you. But right now it's not safe for them to know or for us to even talk about it openly. This is all still. Whisper. Just not going to do this the whole time. Okay? And if you need to say anything to me that you think you wouldn't want observed, just do that hand gesture and I'll know to reach out to you, okay?
Okay.
We're going to get through this together, okay?
Yeah. You know, just takes patience, and it's you and me. We're a team. We got another group of team behind us. A different team, but just as good.
We'll all be the same team. I've never gotten to have a team before. So I don't want to lose this, and I don't want you to lose it either.
I don't know. I just feel like I keep messing up.
Well, for now, pretend. I don't think we want to turn anything down that we're ordered, but we don't necessarily want to be his go-to person either. So sometimes failing a little bit is advantageous for all of us.
Okay.
But I want to be somebody you can rely on, okay? And if you don't want to keep this a secret, we won't. But let me make sure it's safe first, as soon as possible. And think about what you want them to know. I'll back you. Safely.
Yes. I appreciate it. I really do.
Okay. Then I'm a colleague of your dad's, Chris. It's gonna be okay, Zara.
Yeah. And I'm apparently have a little bit of magic now, so I can heal you and stuff.
It's great. As you can see, I have a tendency to get in trouble.
Yeah, but teamwork.
Okay. I just wanted to get that out of the way because I didn't want to blow your cover with your friends or...
No, I appreciate. I you can always talk to me. I always want to be open, and
Same.
I really do. I'm relieved.
And when you can't be open, whisper. I've got your back. All right, let's go back to the rest.
Then this is happening. I think Cora and Vera. What are you doing? Are you going down in the room?
Yeah. I think we'll just go down with everybody.
Vera takes about 10 minutes to herself, and she reveals a very touching story to Margot, and then she joins the others.
I love Margot.
So talks to the rats.
You just had to get in on it.
Wait, who's Margot?
Margot rat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'll join back in. The rolls are just coming out as Zara and Theoden come back after their brisk walk, it seems. And the morning, you've not been quite here this early. Usually you wake up quite a lot later than this. And there's a few people who've arrived. Mostly those who either have come down or maybe were here the whole night and just getting some breakfast before they go in and sleep it off elsewhere. But still somewhat peaceful, not overly noisy down here.
Hello from Cora. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad to still be breathing.
Yes, it was a rough fight. But we can get a lot of rolls. They give unlimited rolls here, so I can go talk to them, ask them to make extra if you want. Are you like a bread person? Do you like rolls?
Do they have cheese rolls?
I haven't asked, honestly. I
I
bet
do
they
love
would, though.
cheese.
What about you, Court? Do you eat food? Is that okay to ask?
Cora like looks down at her stomach himself and is like, I don't know.
Have you eaten up to this point?
I don't think so.
That I think you probably don't need.
Yeah, that might be true.
Well, I will get rolls for the table and be right back. I'll go run.
Can you if you'd like? Do you still taste?
Again, like looks down at herself and is like, I don't know what that means.
One way to find out.
Hellerum takes over his mug of coffee, holds it out to Cora. Try drinking it. If it goes through you, it goes through you.
I've heard coffee goes through everyone, but yeah, let's give it a try. Yeah, we'll take a drink. I think it spills all over the floor.
Yeah, I just got to pat.
Did you at least taste any of it?
Good to know. Good to know. Hellerum takes it back and
It felt wet. Is that taste?
Yeah. Theoretically, I guess you could keep it in you to a point in time where you'd want to go through a wall. And then it was...
So if you spend the minute with it, then could you drink and eat? Because I know you have to be holding on to something for a certain amount of time before it stops like phasing through you.
Does that
Or
mean
so
your
or
stomach?
so that way it'll phase with you when you phase.
Does that mean like your stomach is like a bag? Like you could like put, and then like you could just walk through a wall and then it would drop to the ground?
I feel like everybody's gonna start trying to feed Cora random shit now.
Cora, hold these keys.
Is there-
give...
Is there anybody else around us?
Not overly close. There's a few people in a corner half sleeping. Occasionally, more rolls are brought out from Zara's request.
Any with cheese?
Cheese. They request 5 silver.
All right, I'll pay that for you,
Okay.
Hellerum.
Then there's they bring out like a block of cheese out there. You can slice it off. You know, a little tool to kind of shave it if you wanted to sprinkle it. It's a very like pungent flavor. You only need a little bit.
Still, Hellerum very greedily pulls the cheese over towards himself.
Yeah, it's like a mixture between Swiss Gruyere and blue cheese. Like it's
Oh.
just...
That sounds amazing, actually.
Sounds awful.
I love cheese, okay? It sounds amazing.
Is there a fire in the area that we're in?
There's no fire actually lit right now. It's all smoldering. It's daytime. They don't really light it otherwise. It's still, the season of weather here isn't such that they use it for heat, really. It's more for light, so all that is extinguished right now.
How soft is the bread?
So it has like a crust that's fairly hard that kind of like it snaps really sharply, and then in the midst of it, it's very airy, layered and soft.
I think something's wrong with the bread.
Why do you think that, Vera?
It's all gooey and it's not hard enough.
We could probably take it back and ask him to cook it some more.
I'll take care of it.
Do you prefer when it's a little bit harder
A little bit.
on both
yeah.
the inside and the outside?
Oh yes.
So you prefer more of a cracker texture?
Well, I suppose that's correct.
And how, sir, would you? How, ma'am, would you like your bread? Well done, please.
Correct. Done. Yes.
All right, what's on the docket today, folks? Are we burying bodies? Are we getting paid? What are we doing here?
Before all that, I'd like to speak on the events of last night.
Speak away.
The table is yours.
Zara, last night you spoke to Vera speaking of us being a team, but the actions of the majority were contrary to that. The captive that we had, Jeffrey, warned us that the parrot had gone off with his firepower to kill as many of the Regvar and the Magist as they could. And yet you all knowingly ran to where a battle was to be had, with a third of your fighting force left behind. We had more than enough time to process the rest of the campsite, gather all the evidence needed to be able to make sure that the families were persuaded of what had truly happened. I don't know what happened at the logging site, but you all looked half dead. Cora and Hellebrun were unconscious. You all were fully blood scattered and charred. I would die alongside any one of you after the things that we went through in the mines. But if we can't put faith in one another and band together when trying to accomplish a set task, I don't know that I can continue to travel with you all. You know that I worked as a guard and an investigator in Rosona, and I grabbed my double-bladed scimitar. This came into my possession after my partner, Filariel, continued a pursuit alone after a suspect. I had stopped to make sure that the civilians were still okay and to make sure that others came to tend to them before I left. But by the time I caught up to her, she was bleeding out in an alleyway, run through by a poisoned blade. She died in my arms that day, and I carry this in remembrance of both her and to remind me to protect those that fight alongside me. But I cannot do that if you all run off without me.
Well, Zemlin, I mean, I agree with you. I think we do need to work as a team. I don't think there's a point in dwelling up the past and what we did wrong in certain circumstances. I think we should set a goal and move forward with that goal. Unless anyone, I mean, you obviously anyone can speak freely, but that is how
I didn't think that they would have surprised us the way they did. I thought we would have been able to see the scope of things and waited long enough for you guys to catch up.
As long as we can work towards any future endeavors in a more cohesive manner, I think things will be fine. I just wanted to let you all know where I stand. That I do stand with you, but I need you to stand with me as well. I don't want to lose any of you all. I've grown fond of you.
Hellebrun smiles. Me too. I've come to think of all of you as friends. And to be honest, I don't really have many of them.
I say this because I am not here in Wildmount of my own choice. I was exiled from Marquette for killing another Pride member who was harassing my sister, Aramni. My mother was in talks with them to form an alliance, and after I killed them in my anger, the only way that they would proceed was with my banishment. And Rosanna was where I found my second home. Family and friends are important to me, and I don't wish to lose any more.
Thank you for your honesty. I think we all want to work as a team, and we all want to stick together. And we did just meet each other. If it was unfortunate that you guys weren't there, really, we could have used your help. But all we can do is look at the horizon.
And I raise up my mug, and it's like, to future endeavors.
Cheers. I'll raise a breadstick.
Another breadsticks. Rolls no longer.
Helbram will raise up his mug and salute as well.
And you see a grin start emerging. You have to tell me how you all looked so damned rough.
Exactly.
What happened?
You said that we defeated the parrot. How did it happen?
It was pretty cool.
It was 90% Zara, to be honest.
We pushed him out of a tree. Not a joke. We really did. It was awesome. Theo was out there slashing people up, and it was a fight, but we all did our part. I was proud. I was proud of us. That was good. But the important part is that we have a few things on the agenda today. Vera, we we agreed to something.
Yes. I can take care of it if you don't want to.
I think we should do it as a team.
Okay.
Is this something you need our help with at all?
Is this a priestess thing again?
I think that's over.
We offered to bury a few bodies.
I think
Oh,
after
hell yeah!
last night, the families won't mind if we bury the dead with each other, seeing as they were all culprits together. So we can just speak to them and see what is being done with those and just add to the pile.
That's smart. I like that.
I'm down.
Kind of sad I wasn't there for the killing, but yeah, fuck it, let's bury him.
Yeah, we
Burying them's half the fun.
Do we want to do that first? Do we want to go check in with the Marquis? What do we want to do?
Bodies smell worse the longer you wait.
That's a good point.
Alrighty.
Where are they?
Oh, they're at
Trinidad's.
Trinidad's house.
Oh. Then surely we should take care of that first.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. I don't want to sleep next to a dead body.
I still have the... We should still have the cart outside, so transporting them should be fairly easy.
All right.
So dead bodies, and then the marquee seems pertinent.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Then still somewhat quiet. You are able to pass the streets over to the estate. Through the streets by the Majests and find the House of Trinidad. You see the door is just kind of left open at this point. Unlatched, slightly cracked.
Gonna go and attempt to knock first, and if nobody answers, gonna go in.
Okay. You knock lightly, and you see the form that you know is Trinidad, but her eyes are like bloodshot bags. Looks like she hasn't slept. Totally unkept. The garment that she wore to the funeral now just kind of loose on her body a little bit. Just it's been days in the same outfit. She carries a tray that has looks like fixed eggs, some type of fried meat, bright juice from local fruits. On this flower tray, there's 3 plates, 3 glasses, some sides of fresh fruit. And she goes, "You came good. I was just giving them their breakfast."
All right.
She's crazy.
And as you follow her up in the stairs, she puts together a nice folded napkin, silverware in their appropriate positions, a juice to the upper left, precisely the upper left of each plate on the dresser next to these bodies that now have become staining the comforter beneath. Because when you first came in, you saw them dying in front of you. They're dead now. You can just see the outlines of what was inside the bodies now into these pure white cushions. She sets out these breakfasts, one in each room, near the heads of each one. That you can tell by the angle now, the outline kind of goes at a different angle than the bodies themselves, as though she's moved them and even like fluffed a pillow under their head.
I'll speak to Vera quietly. Vera, take her elsewhere while we deal with this, please.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and speak for all the dead people when I say that we don't eat breakfast.
Trinidad,
I know.
Why don't you come with me, Trinidad? Why don't we go for a walk?
Is it like a torture thing? Like it's there, but you know they can't eat it?
And what? She looks at you, remembers the time before, and you can tell just she's like laughing at what Cora's saying and locks eyes with you, and emotion kind of hits her, her real self mixing with this very tired and not all there self, and in just this moment she grabs your hand and lets you lead her.
I'm going to take her away from the house.
Okay. Yeah. Really interesting smell. Her hand's very clammy. Looks like just caked on grime.
I just go about loading the bodies into the cart.
Well, see, I thought we established dead people couldn't eat when I tried to drink the coffee, but maybe I was wrong.
I think she's going through a hard time.
I feel like I've seen
but it
you
looks
eat.
like she's trying to take care of these guys and make them a fucking amazing breakfast.
I feel like I've seen you eat Hellebrum's berries before. Is the thing. I feel like it's a matter of wanting to eat.
Have I eaten Hellebrum's berries before?
I don't think you have actually.
Hold on.
No, most
What?
certainly in the mines when we had
Hold
no
on.
food.
Well, they're magical berries.
They are magical berries.
So maybe you can only eat magical food.
That could be it, Cora. It could be the fact that it's magical.
Are you sure I ate berries?
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm
Then
gonna.
again, you were trapped for quite a while in that potion bottle.
I mean, unless you were throwing them away, which seems wasteful.
You were trapped inside a potion bottle?
Yeah, it's a long story. To be honest, I don't remember most of it.
Hellerum's gonna look for like maybe a blanket we could probably throw over these bodies that we're gonna put in the cart, just so
Well, they're already in
Oh.
a blanket.
Yeah,
Just
they're on
wrap 'em up.
blankets. You can.
they
kinda-
are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Not
look
gonna
for
waste
a
like 5
shovel.
blankets. We just have one
Do
blanket.
you think Trinidad will mind if we kind of take these blankets?
I think Trinidad will mind if we don't take the blankets.
Oh, yeah, we should
You're right.
blankets.
And
If she does, we'll be long gone before she comes to her senses about the blankets, Hellebrun.
Not to be
Zemnon,
weird,
help
but
me
should
with
we-
this one, and I'm gonna wrap the body in the blanket that it's lying on and lift
Yeah.
up one end and
Yeah, you kind of do a big wrap of all the sheets and all the stained stuff with the all the crap and other liquids just kind of being contained in, and you're able to take it down and begin to fill your cart. One
Is there
by
a
one.
shovel anywhere?
Bring out your dead.
Yeah, the shovel.
Bring out your dead.
Should we take
were
the
you
food
saying?
too? So she's not dealing with that?
Yeah, Zemnon said that giving dead people food was wasteful. So I feel like
No, Cora.
Let's just take the food and not have her have one extra thing to deal with.
yeah. I think Theo just wants to eat it.
So you can take the food with you. Anything else you're doing in here? I mean, easy enough you're able to transport these bodies. It's not too hard.
What if we lit them on fire?
Okay, well, I think just a burial.
Okay, well, hear me out, though. It's easier. And
We cannot set a fire in the middle of
objectively
town, Cora.
so much cooler.
Zemnon
problem
is right. We can't do it in the center of town.
Well, we don't have to do it in the center of town. There are other places.
The problem with burning bodies is that it smells like barbecue when you do.
I
It's
don't see.
very
We're just
disconcerting.
listing
to
more
people.
pros. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Cora, can you even smell?
People get a natural reaction of because
I
it
don't know.
smells like just cooking meat that your mouth might water, you might like that, and it's a very disconcerting feeling when you see that it's.
So plug your nose. That sounds like a you problem.
I would be more inclined to burn them for many reasons, but
Ah!
we did promise to bury them, though. Yeah.
I
So
still
maybe-
plan to go
maybe
to the
next time.
Redverse to see if they've collected the other bodies
Fine.
of the slain that you all took care of.
We'll bury them. We could burn those too, but that's fine. It's fine.
Well,
Bury
We'll
them.
see if the city has taken over those burials or not. I think maybe now that they're not in her home, I think we can stop off at the marquee
What
to
if we
get
just
some
dump them off a
more
cliff?
information as to what's happening with those bodies, and just state that we have more to add to the pile from the event last night.
Counterpoint. We don't show up to a law enforcement with 3 dead ass bodies.
yeah, is there like
Just
a
a
wood?
suggestion.
Are there like woods outside of this house? Like,
I'm just saying.
Not necessarily right outside the house, but you could get to the forested area out of the. There's a V-shaped settlement, so you can get outside to.
I think we should just go to the woods. Do a
Okay.
quick, little
Well,
burial.
if that's the case, because we don't want to just bury these bodies without people knowing what's buried there, because that'll just cause more
What if
questions.
we just feed them to wolves?
I have no wolves to feed them to.
We can get some wolves. It's pretty
But
easy.
there are still
They're fucking
bodies in the
everywhere.
logging camp. We should see what's being done with those, and then, like I said, we can just add to the pile. I don't
Okay.
even know if the Marquis would be awake at this time. What
No,
is
that's
it? It's
fine.
like what, 8?
Yeah, that won't be suspicious at all. We drop off these 3 bodies that are all wrapped in bed sheets and white linens in the middle of a fucking fire, like a battleground. That'll be fine.
No, not dropping them off there. Seeing what is being done with them, and be like, these are the traders of that worked with this parrot.
Yeah, this will be great. I can't wait to see how telling the law enforcement that we have 3 dead bodies that are definitely bad guys
We
will
don't
go.
have to go to the Marquis first, Cora. You're you're mixing the plans.
Hello, Brim. What do you want to do?
So who are we talking to with the dead bodies?
We don't have to talk to anybody about the dead bodies. We go see what happened with your conquests at the logging camp. We just speak to the Magist and the Regvars and see if they've started cleaning up or if they've left it to the city.
Basically, what Zemnon's saying is that we could stow these bodies in the woods first, see what's being done to
And
the
walk
other
away
bodies.
and never come back. Beautiful.
See what's being done to the other bodies, and perhaps bring these bodies to where they are.
Counterpoint. If they get found, then they're gonna notice the bed sheets, and then your best crazy buddy is gonna go down for murder. So I still think can't burn them. But we can do your thing. Let's just do your thing. Let's talk to them and see.
I think we should keep the 2 separate. I don't think there's any reason to conjoin the 2 bodies for any reason. I think we should just go bury them, take 10 minutes, and then go do the other thing.
Do you have a shovel?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking digging shit.
I will dig. I will do the digging.
I'll dig.
I will do the digging. I will do the moving of the bodies.
I love to dig.
You know what I like to
Very
do?
well.
I'll dig.
Light matches.
I'll dig. I'll help the digging.
Halibrum, do you have an animal form that can perchance assist with digging?
What if
I could
Hellebrand
probably
becomes a
turn
bear
into a giant badger.
and eats them?
The badgers I've seen are pretty.
Cora, are you
appetizing.
trying to kill Halibrum? These people were poisoned.
Well, their stomach's like way the hell over there now. I don't think the poison's still in them. It's fine, we can bury him.
I'm gonna go find a spot.
It's objectively less cool, but that's fine. We don't have to always do the coolest thing.
So you take the cart, and people do seem to come out of their house, like doors open, and there's like a sight of all of you, and they kind of quickly go back in, like, I didn't say anything. And you, sorry, transport these, what's, I'd say maybe 500 feet into the woods. Have to stop as it gets thicker and thicker away from more like kind of the travel paths. So this is a rooty, rocky area. And if you want to bury, you can go ahead and begin to do that. And are you doing the giant badger?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use one.
That's so
of my
badass.
wild shape and turn into a giant badger and start digging away.
Okay. You help him storm. And so, what's everybody doing in this kind of just quick burial?
I mean, if we only have the one shovel, then I guess I would be helping with that.
If there was an audience of people watching us right now, they would be so disappointed that we didn't burn this shit.
They will be just fine that we did it the way that will not frustrate any villagers.
Cora,
I
why
would
don't-
love to help in any way that I could. I could like find soft patches of ground or
Okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just
say if
kinda
there's-
get-
Cora, Mike, go see if there's any endangered plant life that we can plant on top of them. That way, digging them up would be illegal.
I don't think that matters right now.
You know what we
Not-
could do is actually just go get some kind of like some rocks just for headstones, just to mark where the actual graves are.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's good. Give the law enforcement a big old rock so they can find the bodies.
Well, they might want
No,
to. You know, I mean,
fantastic, Mike,
obviously
let's
we're
do it.
obviously we're doing a service, but they also, you know, families and such could come.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't
Clear
see
all
any
the
problems
blood,
with any
all
of
the
this.
brush around it.
Yeah,
Get
just
some
like
kind of a
one big
marker.
rock each.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to druid craft kind of like a crown of flowers.
Can Cora try and scratch asshole 1, asshole 2, and asshole 3 onto these rocks?
Yeah.
Your ghost
Fantastic.
finger.
You
Oh.
and Elgrim's digging, and you all working together here over probably the course of half an hour between the super digging power of the giant badger of Helbram is start to make an actual like mini gravesite, like a mini cemetery. It seems decorated with this care as Cora begins carving, and there's this kind of pause, Cora, where you seem to see through that same woman's dreams. The eyes you've seen through different times in your sleep, carving a different name on a gravestone. Without friends, without witnesses. As she carves out the name Nalia.
I think
And there's tears that are landing on this stone. Go ahead.
I think Cora just stops like mid carve and just starts staring blankly.
Cora, that one just says ass.
Right. Well, maybe ass is good too.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Zara, make a perception check.
Perception check. 6.
Gosh darn it. As the ritual continues, Cora
Well, I
kinda
made a deception check and it was 5, so you do what you want with that.
Oh, thank you. There we go. There's a yes. I think two things. Then you are. Cora always has this very aloof, like, no past attitude, but for the first time, you kind of feel like she's lying. She's obfuscating, where she usually doesn't seem to. Seems that there's something else that's covering. And just as you kind of think that, you just see there's just a few drops of liquid on each stone, fresh where the dust had hit, as though it landed on top. But then she's kind of blinked, and she's whatever her face did look like has been reconfigured due to her spectral form, and she's carving again, trying to shut out.
Maybe wipe is better. Maybe ass wipe is better, huh?
Whatever works. Are you good? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm always okay.
Cora, it's me. You don't have to lie to me. I mean, if you don't want to talk here, that's fine, but it's okay to feel sometimes.
I usually feel happy. I've been having some strange dreams lately.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, are they good dreams? Or bad dreams?
Not usually good, no.
Oh.
Yeah, they're usually pretty shitty.
That's not good. Is it a feeling like you need to do something? Like that's the kind of dreams that I have. Or is it
No,
more
I'm
like,
not in them.
oh, you're not in them at all? Well, maybe if you give me like more information, I could try to help.
I dream about a girl who, well, it's complicated. She is in a war, and she killed her own sister, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
It's kind of a lot. She seems like kind of a bitch.
well, killing family members. That's rough.
Yeah. But, I just keep getting flashes of these big brown eyes. I think they meant a lot to her. I don't really know what to make of it, though.
Have you written them down?
I don't know that I can hold a pencil.
She
Well-
holds a chisel.
No one really knows much about me, but I like to write. If you want, I could help you write these memories down.
They're not memories.
Well, memories of the dream.
Yeah, memories would imply I was in them, but I definitely was not anywhere in them.
Yeah, but sometimes reflection later on can help you see things better.
I
If you have
guess.
if you have
I'd
it written
kind of
down.
rather stop seeing it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I get that too.
Hey, while we're on the topic of things that I've been sort of hiding.
Uh-huh.
There's a lizard that talks to me sometimes. Not like Vera's, not like Margot, like a different thing. Like it's not an actual lizard. It just looks like it's a person, but it looks like a lizard.
Halbert's head pops up for a minute from the hole.
Like it's not, yeah, it's not, and it's not even really a person because it's really more of just a head of a lizard person. And
what does it say?
well, he's kind of an asshole, but that's not the point. When we were in the Mind Flayer cave,
Mhm.
she, they, I don't know, the lizard thing
Uh-huh.
said that there were more of them. More of the Mind
More.
Flayers.
Oh.
And they kidnapped, I think, the lizard thing's baby? If
Oh.
lizard things can have babies. Seems kind of weird that a head has a baby. What the fuck do I know, though?
Well, that's
And
not
it
good.
started like this whole doom and gloom, like, oh, if you don't save my baby, the whole world's gonna end, and like all of that shit. But like, who needs that? You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. First, thank you for telling me. Good communication. Yes, we love to see it. Second, end of the world?
That's what he said. I don't know. It's a fucking lizard. What do they know?
Okay. Should we tell the others? Maybe not right now, but
I mean, we
maybe-
can. Hey
Halbert's
guys.
listening to this.
Hey guys. Hey
As a
everybody.
badger in a hole.
A weird lizard person told me the world was gonna end if we didn't save their baby, but he's a fucking liar, so I didn't worry about it. There you go. I told him.
Teamwork. We will get this lizard king. I don't
think he's
know.
a king.
I
I wouldn't follow him. I obviously didn't, so.
Okay. Let me know if any of these other things like happen. Okay. Either the dreams or the lizard man.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably don't need to do anything about the lizard man. It's good.
Okay. Just keep me in the know.
Sure. Yeah. I don't really see him since maybe he's mad at me, which is like for the best. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Carve your own path. I support you.
If the world ends, it is 1,000% not my fault.
We'll share the blame.
It's Zara's fault entirely.
Oh goodness. Are you gonna finish ass wipe on the tombstone, or
Yeah, I guess.
we could just leave it as ass?
Seems kind of moot now.
Asshole number 1, asshole number 2, and ass.
I like it. Yeah, it's good.
For clarification, am I making 3 separate holes or just like one big one? Because I was under the impression I'm making one big one.
Then one big one.
Okay.
I think one big one, and we
And
just throw all the
Helgrim
rocks on top of
definitely
it.
knows that animals will get into this if it's not deep enough.
Yeah. So make it nice and deep. Put the bodies in and cover it up, and asshole number 1, asshole number 2, and ass are correctly displayed.
Fantastic.
And there's druid crafted flowers around. It's cleared, and there's just a little bit of a piece there.
So should I go get Vera?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Well, maybe we just want to go back to the house and wait for them to come to us. It seems like Trinidad was in a bad state.
I gotta tell her about the lizard thing. 'Cause apparently, we gotta tell everybody that shit now.
That's true. That's true.
So
All
you
right,
go back.
well, let's head back to the house then.
Yeah, you go back and meet Trinidad and Vera.
Before we go, I was going to use a 3rd level spell and plant growth the area so it's really overgrown and like covered.
So it's this
Yes.
really beautiful like
You
landscape
guys went
area
all
that.
over these fucking assholes, man.
We love
Mhm.
the druid shit.
I love
Yes.
it. So as you all head back, Vera, you're walking with Trinidad. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
Sure. I would have let her talk for a while. And I guess as we were walking, I'd kind of wait for those, whatever she was talking about, to kind of come to a pause. I'm assuming she's talking about loss, but I don't really know.
Yeah, she does continually talk as a moment of just as though she's afraid to let silence happen, and at the same point she's been up, you guess, maybe 48 72 hours with no sleep and just wrecked, and definitely stinks of alcohol in some aspect, possibly has wet herself a few times, and just is not totally there. And eventually just her babbling and talking about just talk about the woman she loved is gone.
Does she still have the alcohol with her?
No, she didn't bring it.
You know, that stuff doesn't work. You know, the drink. I mean, I didn't have access to it when I was, going through all that, but I don't think it works. It might speed up the process, though. That's nice.
It just I just don't want to feel anything anymore. I'm tired of feeling things.
I know what you mean. I stopped feeling things for a while. I guess it was a long while, 60 years. But eventually, you start to feel things again, even when you try to get rid of them. And when they come back to you, you have no control over them, and you just find yourself stabbing somebody in the neck. It's kind of crazy, ain't it?
She pauses. She's not sure. I guess you've talked to a lot of different people then?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
This is Margot right here. Usually talk to her.
I've heard of people who can talk to animals, yeah.
Yes.
Who are gifted.
Yes, we are. And you know, if you'd like to have Margot, I feel like maybe you need her more than I do now.
She's in this very strange position of vulnerability and almost a hypnotic state of between all the sleep and everything, and she like takes like searches. It looks like there's like crumbs on her sleeve a little bit that she finds, and she tries to offer some to Margot.
It's okay, Margot.
And I guess Margaret kind of comes and it's on her hand a little bit. Are you sure? I think she likes you better.
Well, to be honest with you, she's not the first Margot. I kind of lost count.
Uh-huh.
But she's real easy to talk to. Could I just have one moment with her real quick?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
So,
Margot, I've known you a long time. I'm going to miss you a lot. But Trinidad is going to take good care of you now. And you're going to take good care of her while you took good care of me. All right. I'm going to hand Trinidad Margot.
this time she kind of takes her in both hands and holds Margot not tight, but just close. Says, thank you.
It will get easier, not better, but easier.
Yeah. Just have to figure out what to do now.
Well, you could do what I do.
What's that?
You just find a reason. Find a reason to get up. Find a reason to walk. Find a reason to talk. And you make a life for yourself.
There's this kind of long pause as you all continue to walk. About 10 minutes, and she finally says, I will.
And put away that drink. It's no good.
She doesn't say anything, just kind of nods.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave you alone now. You two have a lot to talk about. And I need to get back to my party.
Yeah, they hit a body for you. I think they must like you.
Maybe.
And you round the corner back to her estate as you see the cart is gone and your party is making their way back. However, I'm a little muddy. but all of them in pretty good shape. And Jonan just says, thank you, and kind of rushes in and then rushes out with 200 gold and just places the bag in your hand, Vera.
No, I don't take money for that. Ever.
She nods.
Why don't you use this to do something that she would have liked? Maybe do something that she'd have been proud of.
I will. She walks back in, and you hear the doors shut, close, and lock. You're with your group.
Did she steal Margot?
No,
I'll kill her.
no, I gave Margot to her. She's gonna be okay.
That was a very generous thing you did there.
I hope so. Maybe they'll write a song about it.
I'm sure they will.
Well, I've been carrying around this roll in the sun. I'm hoping it's hard enough now to eat. So. I'm a little famished.
Do we need to go to the pet store for you?
Oh, no. If another rat needs me, they'll find me.
Are you like a Nanny McPhee for rats?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, what is a Nanny McPhee?
Hey, Vera. A lizard person told me if we didn't save their baby from a mind flare that the world was gonna end, but I'm pretty sure it's a liar, so don't worry about it. But anyway, apparently we all have to know that.
I believe it.
I was
That
going
he's
to
a liar?
ask Cora, this lizard person, did they look like me or more like Toothy?
They looked like a disembodied head in an emerald.
Yeah, but were they more? Were they like a dragonborn lizard person?
They were
Or-
mouthy, I'll tell you that shit.
Oh,
Very rude. 0 out of 10 stars.
well, you're right.
Did they mention where their child was being held?
By a mind flare.
That's not a where. That's a whom.
Underground somewhere, presumably?
Do you have any way to contact them?
Thank the lords, no I do not.
Did they have a name of their child that was being held captive?
You know, they probably did.
Cora, we're gonna have to work on active listening.
Corey, you did get a location of a next step.
Oh, did I? That's fine. Maybe you could tell me what Cora will remember, because Amber forgot.
There was you talked about a dead volcano.
Oh, yeah, a mountain. I remember this shit now. Yeah, he was all like a dead volcano, and I was like, that's a mountain. And he was like, no, it's a dead volcano. I was like, that's a fucking mountain. You know? What an idiot.
There is a slight difference between an inactive volcano and a mountain.
It's kind of not, though. They're the same thing.
Matt, does this ring any bells?
No, 'cause you guys weren't.
Because if the world is ending due to a emerald lizard being's child being mind controlled,
Allegedly.
I'm only
Allegedly.
I'm questing to see how to get rid of these teeth or channel these teeth, but the world ending stops me from doing
Allegedly.
that. So I'm a bit intrigued as to the world not ending, allegedly or otherwise.
Yeah, so dead volcano, mind flare, kid. This is a hobo. I think that's it.
Oh, do you know any of these dead volcanoes?
No, because they're mountains.
These mountains, dead volcanoes, locations?
No, I don't know where the mountain's location is.
Okay.
Or do I? Do I?
Not overly. He didn't give you the precise. Did say they were
No, I
in
don't.
the Cyan Green mountain range, but
Oh, yeah, the mountain range.
Sirius Mountains, rather.
Serious mountains. They mean fucking business.
Okay. We'll put that on the to-do list.
I don't think we should. He seems like an asshole.
We'll put it on the list.
What else is on the list?
I don't. We're just starting it. Anyone else got anything that they want to put on the list?
Zenon had a teeth thing.
The teeth thing? Okay. Zara will pull out a piece of paper and start writing these down.
Theoden, do you have anything to add to
What's
the
your
list?
thing? Yeah.
No, I'm just looking at a map and trying to figure out the Sirius Mountains.
Serious. I'm pretty sure it's serious.
That's quite a big mountain range. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Do any of them look like dead volcanoes? Yes, all of them, because they're mountains.
Well, yeah, we could do. We could go to a nearby town and see like a bigger city that maybe has a library or someone that could help direct us to volcanoes in the region.
Great, let's go find some fucking nerds.
Nerds
could be
very
fun.
useful, yeah.
Nicodranas might be a good place to go.
Can I just start by saying, I don't want to hear dead volcano ever again.
Inactive volcano, then.
No. No
a mountain
volcano.
that was formerly a volcano then.
That's what all mountains were. I just want to establish that
I
we're
don't-
The
not
mountain
going to
I don't
say.
think
most
that's
recently
true.
formerly a
I
volcano.
don't actually know. I don't need what you think is true, Zemnon. I just need everybody on the same page. We are not saying dead volcano, inactive volcano, any volcano. Mountain.
The
We all
location.
Well,
Mountain.
Fiery mountain.
It's
Previously
not
fiery
fiery
mountain.
anymore, Zemnon.
One fiery mountain.
Let's head to the marquee.
Fine.
Oh, no
One
one's got
fiery
anything else?
mountain it is.
No, nothing else for the list?
We can walk and talk.
I mean, Zara, I do need to pick up a new herbalism kit and maybe.
Oh yeah, that sounds like that should be at the top of the list. That's the most important thing we could possibly be doing right now.
I just need to get some more crossbow bolts, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah.
We lost a few things in our
Shopping.
mine adventures.
Hey, Matt, with my criminal history, are there any towns that I really can't go to now that I hear mention that some people want to go to like bigger cities?
You did most of your stuff over in Jorhas, right?
Yeah, I was a highwayman, so I imagine I was out in the boonies.
Yeah, so I mean, I would think through some of your more like there's probably an area in Jorhas, but other than that, I think you did some work probably where the main entryway road from north of Nicodranas into the Empire is probably where you took a few. So that wouldn't be the easiest, but you weren't so notorious that you have much to worry like as far as outside of that area.
Yeah, I wasn't. I'm not exactly looking to recruit these guys to start doing that again. I'm just more worried about like wanted posters. But if we're
Right.
good on that, then I'm all good.
yeah, and really we have quite a few options for places. We're in Tusoa right now, but Tusoa doesn't really have any like prominent libraries that I know of or anything like that. Port
Or is gonna-
Damali, but that's more touristy.
You said Nicodranas, right?
Yeah, I mean Nicodranas is far,
That's on
but
the coast? I mean, is it on, like, can we go to the beach?
it's on the beach, yeah. But I only mention that because that's the only city in this area that I know of that has a prominent library. and would have the resources. There's Port Zune. I don't know if they'd have that type of information there. I've
Port
never
Zune
been to
sounds
Finland.
nice.
No. I think we should go to Nicodranus. I think.
So we have a new list:
It'll be
shopping and the beach,
it's a bit of a journey.
and Zemnon's teeth thing.
You really do like the beach, don't you, Zara? You've been talking
I
a
want-
lot about
yes,
it.
I want to go.
So
But wouldn't-
shopping and the beach. That's our new list.
Well,
Wouldn't Port Zune be a better place for a beach than Nicodranus?
they're both on the
No.
coast.
No, it's
Okay.
bigger. Nicodranus
Alright.
is bigger.
I mean, if you just want to go to the beach, Port Damali is very close and has great beaches.
Yes, we
like
can
two
take the
birds-
river straight
Two birds with
down.
one stone.
Yeah, and it's close. So we could maybe start by going to Port Damali. I hear it's beautiful.
Nicodranus is fine.
Whatever you guys want to do. That's just the only place I know of that would have that type of resources to
You know what's
study
great?
geological.
I'm just so relieved that we went from talking about my lizard man to the beach. Like, this is way better and cooler.
Oh, we'll circle
Well-
back around eventually.
It's fine. We
Beaches
don't have to.
are a great place to find lizard men too, I imagine.
That's a good point. Maybe we can find the lizard man.
But no mountains
Yeah.
at the beach, usually.
Not- Well, technically, an island is kind of a mountain.
If an island's a mountain, then this is definitely a volcano. You can't have it both ways.
No.
I'm sorry, Cora.
No.
Nope. Take it back then.
Hey, maybe the
An
library
island
will
is a
have
mountain.
information.
Nope.
In the water
Nope.
that
Nope.
has a little tiny bit exposed.
Inactive volcano is what we're looking for then.
Let's split the party. Half goes to Port Damali.
Well, I mean, truthfully, going to Port Damali is on the way, and it's the first place we go to. And if we wanted to try and charter a boat or something to Nicodranus, Port Damali might be the way.
Chartering boats is quite expensive. Maybe we can get hired on as guards for a
Yeah.
merchant ship that's traveling to
Because-
Nicodranus.
Then we could also get paid.
We could just steal a boat.
You can't. What help are you gonna be on a boat, Cora? You can't help with the rigging, with the Don't be offering suggestions that you're not even gonna help with.
They do have nice.
You
places
don't
to
know. I
stop.
could be fucking amazing at driving a boat.
You can't even eat food.
You don't know my life, Zemnon.
How about we go talk to the Marquis? Maybe.
Oh yeah, we still gotta do that. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
look,
maybe
we're here.
maybe we aren't going to leave at all.
Fantastic.
Wasn't there some
we
talk
just,
of
like,
the Marquis paying us too?
What do we just like knock on the door or like?
Oh,
should I
are we?
stick my head
We're all
through
gonna
it?
we're all gonna go. I know where to go. I'll lead them to the door that I always go in and just do a quick little knock.
That was a weird knock. We should have done more like a rhythmic thing.
Oh, you think so? This
Yeah.
is how I've knocked every time. So
Oh, okay. Maybe it's a secret code I don't know about.
I don't know. Just do. Just a 1, 2, 3. Just a boop boop.
Okay, so you knock on. Oh my
I'm
goodness
just saying, it
gracious.
seems a little like a normal knock. Not gonna know it's us. I could stick my head through the door.
That would certainly let them know it was us.
Theo gets it.
So I was looking. Yeah, there is a. Do you know of a library in Port Damali? By the way, that would be the closest there. So, anyway, after a moment goes by, and again, this kind of palm tree-esque building opens up, and there's a familiar aide to the Marquis. And you find her sitting at her desk. And Tusilla just motions to you and says, I trust, well, it seems that you've done something.
Yep. Well, yep, we did. We just wanted to say hi. See if you needed anything.
Hello. No, please, what... I've gotten some reports from the Rajesh, and the Regvars and the Majests, and please report.
Well, if you already got the reports, then you already know.
Cora,
Right. Yep.
What we found was the man known as the Parrot, or
Jacobin.
Jacobin.
I thought
He
it was Jacobin.
Jacobin, either one. He was the one behind the murder and the fire part of the revelry, and he was attempting to take over the logging in the area. We were able to diffuse tensions.
From whom did he... Just for himself, or...
Like for the revelry.
I thought it was a Fork King.
The Plank King.
Plank King.
Her face gets very grave. She just kind of stares at you intently. She waits for you to continue.
The Regvar had all the paperwork with the information. I don't know if they handed that over in their reports, but we needed to give it to them to help calm the tensions between them and the Majest. We also handed over to them a captive of Jacobin's team.
Yes, we were able to take him to custody, and they've sent a team to the site that they mentioned that you had intervened.
That's a fun way to say we almost died.
Well, she kind of looks at all of you. I must say that the unity of the families has brought a renewed power to our council, and certain parties will find it harder to manipulate us in the future, I think.
You're welcome.
Have you had a lot of problems with the revelry in this area?
Pauses. Not as such. I mean, threats, which we've reported, supposedly dealt with. And around this time, actually, I've spent some time here because it's actually way past 8 in the morning. She has a, she does seem to have like a bloody journal that that seemed, you kind of recognize it. Maybe you saw it in the main encampment that's been brought back to her, and she looks at it and goes, there was something that was odd here, and I wish to bring it to your attention. They write and have a map you're talking about. Somewhere down the river, they took a outlet pathway on the water that possibly they'd been diverting several supplies. Now, there have been discrepancies from the port, from our port destinations and the shipyards, but assumed. There's a certain amount of bribes and other things that happen, and they were definitely within the loss percentages, so we haven't paid too much attention to them. But it seems at times they were taking supplies somewhere along the river, that there shouldn't be any major thing along there.
Well, minor things need supplies too.
Right, but I think that...
Just saying.
Anyway. It would as in my duty as a Marquis of the Concord, I will be officially putting out something for some mercenaries or sellswords to investigate this for us, or if you wish to be the first.
Great. Well, they'll
to
take care of
grab
it then.
If you wish to be the first to grab it, I would gladly give you first dibs.
And you said this is happening at the outlet?
I don't think anything's important happening right now. We're not doing anything. We can do it. Right?
Can we take like a sidebar?
This
Would
would
that
be signed documents with us hired to do the job.
Yes, and on that note, and she takes out like a small chest of gold from underneath her desk, and kind of, well, if you assume gold of coins, you hear kind of jangles. Puts it on in front of her, as well as she grabs a basket, and she kind of very like kind of
I like help her if I see her.
grab the you help her grab the basket, and you see
I
that
don't know,
there's
that's so
all
fun.
manners of coin within this basket, and there are two daggers on top, one with the Majest crest and one with the Regvar crest that sit atop them, and both cross this necklace that depicts two hands holding a heart.
Oh, these
What
are
is
lovely.
this?
Well, and she motions to the chest, just your duty from the city of both the mine and your. Ultimately, it seems that I might have the leverage to take care of the tin pricks now anyway, based on your expert
Oh yeah, those
handling
pinpricks are the worst.
of the situation. So I am paying you what was discussed, and this is the thankfulness of the families
Oh,
that they did together, and asked to go through me just to avoid any family seemingly having more influence amongst you than the other.
Dibs
Very
on the
thoughtful.
necklace.
oh, it's very appreciated.
Is it magic?
I don't know. We'll find out later.
Okay. Possibly. I don't know.
If I may ask a clarifying detail on this other job you were talking about, when you said at the outlet, do you mean like the outlet to the river, like by Port Damali, or do you mean somewhere more nearby?
No, there is no other outlet,
Okay.
but it seems though he in this journal references one.
He has a secret river passage.
And if there is some other way that the Reverie knows and the Consortium does not, the Concord rather, does not, then it's not a good thing. So, this is
Yeah, I
kind
don't
of
think we're doing anything.
it's kind of an off thing, but essentially, if you were able to find this supposed outlet or base or whatever he seems to be talking about, it simply calls it the nest, and bring back evidence of it or other such things, then certainly we could see. I can approve a 1,000 gold reward for the group.
Oh, I'll look at everybody. What we were maybe going that way anyway. What do we think?
That's why I was asking. It certainly seems like it's in the same direction that we're headed.
And I can give word to Port Damali as well if you wish to not return here. it's totally okay. And if you would bring said evidence down there, whatever would work, we're all of the Concord here.
I'm open to any paying work.
Yeah.
And research is expensive, so I'm
Who's
happy
the-
to do it.
Who's the marquee at Port Damali?
Do they have big dick energy?
That would be you'd look for Olesia Lapidus.
Lucia Lapidus.
Can you post that in chat? Vera, you've been very quiet. Do you have any opinion?
Are we really sure we want to go to Port Damali? I mean, it's kind of run down, and there's so much many better places we could go. I mean, there's
Do you have some history there?
no, nothing like that. I was just looking out for the group.
Definitely has history there.
I would be down going somewhere else if we have a party member who really doesn't want to go there. Like I said, I just want to get some paying work. I'm fine with whatever.
Is there anything that you were looking for in particular? What other goals you were trying to accomplish?
Thea's a big nerd who was looking for a library.
Yeah, but you said there was a library in Port Damali, right?
The closest one would be Port Damali. That would be a Cobalt Soul.
They're right.
That'd be perfect. then.
Cobalt Soul?
Yeah,
I didn't know they had those.
It's a nice library.
yeah. The main archive is in Rexentrum. I know Nicodranas had one. I didn't know that Port Damali had one too. But I mean, if you want to talk about a repository of knowledge, Cobalt Soul is it.
If you need a library, you should go to Port Damali.
Where do you think we should go, Vera?
Oh, I'm just tagging along.
Hello, Brum?
I think we could do this job on the way. I think it would be doing some good.
I don't think we should go to Port Denali.
That's definitely not the place we're going.
Oh, where the fuck are we going?
Port Damali.
We're not going there either.
Why
I don't think we
not?
should do that.
We can discuss it on the way
We
to
can
doing
discuss
this
it on the
job.
way there. We're not going there.
We could discuss it on the way to just
Finding the nest.
finding the nest.
Okay, but we shouldn't go there.
Well, you know, if we decide that Port Damali is someplace we don't want to go to, let's try to find the nest. We could always pop in there just to turn in the results of finding the nest, get our library information, and then pour it out to wherever else we want to go.
Yeah,
That still sounds like we're going there.
if Vera and Cora, if you guys really don't want to go into town, when these guys go into turn in the quest and go to the library, you and me, we could just go like camping and hang out outside of town for a day. We could just go fishing and hanging out.
That might be a good idea.
I'd love to do that. You know, I could show you something I used to do in a previous job. It's a good way to turn up some gold on the roads into Port Denali, or however it's pronounced.
What do you think, Vera?
Oh, I've already said if you need a library, you need to go to Port Damali.
Vera, is there anything you want to do instead?
Oh no. I just I'm just here for the travel. And
I'm
the
not going to
sunshine.
that port, and I'm keeping Vera with me, and you can't stop me. We're not going to that port. And Vera's my comfort animal now. So
I'll go to the port.
That is extremely disrespectful. To try to claim Vera as an animal.
It's
Cora,
fine.
I think you should apologize.
the port is fine. Everything
are
will
you
be
trying
fine.
to say that being an animal is bad, Zemnon?
Well,
Cat,
Cora,
Zemnon?
you, me, and Vera can just hang out outside of town. We can all go on hikes for a day. It will be awesome. We can go do camping and stuff.
We'll have a great montage.
That would I would kill for just Cora, Vera, and Mike just to go camping for a day. You guys can go into town and we'll just hang out. It'll
We
be
could just say
awesome.
no to the job. We don't have to do this job.
No, it's all right.
There are plenty of jobs out there.
Cora,
Not
I
the
think the
best,
irony
no.
escapes you that you ask if there's something wrong with being an animal when I have the most animalistic features of the
That
group.
was the point of asking you, Zemnon!
No, we're going. We're going. We're taking the job and we're going.
We're taking the job.
We're taking the job.
Yeah, add it to the list, I guess.
From what my friends have told me, you at least dabble in magic, and you seem knowledgeable. Do you know the name Quajoth or Quajath? It's a demon of sorts, is from what
Are you
Mike was
talking
able
about
to tell
Jeff?
me.
Okay. Let's see here.
Vathriel, would you come out?
Dead.
Vathriel died. Did we have to do
Oh,
anything about
Vathriel
that?
did die.
I thought we killed him.
So,
I don't want to tell him.
I'll just. Well, I know that he died. I just forgot. I show her my palm. Mike was able to help me summon a creature, and this was the remnant. It was previously a brand.
She looks at it. So her face gets just very intense, I guess, and she's I've heard that's not unknown. What is your interest in this mark that you bear?
Well, it's literally on his hand, but like what? Okay. No,
It
that's
is-
fine.
The name was unknown to me until a few days ago, so I'm questing to search what it is and if and how to get rid of it. Or if this is something that has somehow bound me.
It just seems like such a weird question. Like, why are you even trying? It's on my hand.
As far as I mean, I've she seems to no, make a persuasion check here.
Yeah.
And you can tell she's very in between what she wants to say here.
That's a whole 5.
She goes, I can tell you that it's a worm of sorts. It's a child of Torog. But as far as much else, I don't know.
Thank you. One last question. Do you have use of or a broker for black mithril weapons and armor? We came across some in the mines, and are currently, it is more difficult to use than regular magical weapons.
Anyone who would be interested in that would you'd be better luck finding mining towns or the like, access to good weaponry that could be stored in that would be maybe the Timpricks might be interested, though they won't be long for
Yeah, we're
long.
not gonna.
Yeah,
You would find those who go underground would be the best bet, but none that I have here.
my thanks.
You know, if the parrot would have just stayed in his nest, we wouldn't have knocked him out of the tree. Just saying. So the nest then?
All right, we're
Yeah.
we're good. We got a direction.
I hand Zara the chest that the Marquis had put out, and I hold the basket for the time being.
I still called dibs on. Whoa! What the fuck? I still called dibs on the necklace. That's the words I was trying to say.
So if we're gonna march from here to Port Damali, we should probably stock up.
I think we're gonna walk. I don't think we're gonna march.
We can always ask for a raft from either the Majest or the Regvar, since it is along the river that they were taking the supplies.
I think we have enough money to charter a boat now.
I don't know that there's any boats that we'd want to charter. We'd just want something usable to get us down the river. It's not something that we want necessarily to keep permanently.
Why did I say buy a boat? What the fuck is chartering a boat?
And I also don't know that there are any boats that come upstream. So we wouldn't be able. It'd be chartering them to take us to Port Damali. If we can just get a functional raft, then
We can just build one. Probably.
Well, we leave the Marquis to do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
thought
probably
we were
on
like
board
walking
shit
out.
to
Yeah, we can talk about this over some lunch, or dinner.
Well,
Do
and
you
whatever
think
we
that-
do, this might be a good time to stock up if anybody needs anything.
Do you think the necklace is
I
magic?
do need things.
We also have the cart. We can perhaps just purchase some horses.
I thought we left the cart behind.
We didn't bury the cart.
Yeah, great. Can I have my necklace now?
Do we want to maybe go back to the
The
tavern?
inn, yes.
Yeah, and count the gold and check out the items.
That
and-
sounds hard. I'm not counting shit.
So we got like so many of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Let's make our way there.
Vera could probably use the daggers. They look pretty cool.
I'm gonna hand the chest to Hellebrum real quick.
Okay.
And I'll say you go ahead. I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute.
I start
Alright.
heading back towards the tavern with the cart and the basket.
I'll follow Zemnon.
I'm going with Zemnon too.
Marquis, there was just one more thing
Yes.
that we didn't take care of.
So everyone else is left then, or
Yeah, I'll go with
Yeah.
Zemnon as well.
okay?
Theoden hasn't said anything. I don't know what he's doing.
I'm kind of looking at you to see if you want me to stay or go.
Cora, are you staying with them?
No, I'll follow Vera.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily going with Zemnon. I'm going with Vera.
I'll
Fine.
I'll not go back, but I'll excuse myself and hang out outside.
Okay, right outside the door. Okay.
Yeah. Are we good with this? The mark on my hand, the dragon breath mark that she put on my hand.
Mm. Oh, of course. And did she?
I should have taken off my gloves and showed it to you, I guess. Sorry.
She goes, yes, I didn't want to. I can, yes. And she kind of whispers something. What languages do you know?
Like, not anything. Common, druidic, and undercommon.
Okay. You don't recognize her whispers, and you see the flame on your hand burns white, and encompasses your hand. And the mark is gone, but there's this kind of white glow. And then it slowly fades. She goes, that's a good one-shot reward for completing a deal of such import.
Thank you. Again, I know it's water under the bridge, but I am truly sorry for the first way we met.
It all worked out, and honestly, what you were able to do to bring the families together is worth the cleanup I had to do. And ultimately, looks like we'll get those pricks after all.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Feel free to reach out anytime.
Be careful with your furry friend. I don't know why he wants that.
I don't trust him. What do you have any more insight onto what that is on his hand?
Make a persuasion check.
The rolls tonight have been so bad.
Come on.
7. I don't think we've had a roll over 10.
There are locked away are the betrayer gods, but they left their mounts, their children, behind. Kwajath is one of those children, and rumors persist, like I mentioned to you, of possible remnants of its body.
Oh.
And if it's reaching out, maybe it wants some help.
And thank you for the knowledge. It is good to know. I will keep him in my sights.
She nods. Well, hopefully I will hear of all of you again soon.
I will just nod and make my way out.
As you exit, I don't say a word. I don't ask. I just quietly walk.
Essentially, you have a one-time use anytime you wanted Zara to do essentially burning hands but cold damage at 4th level.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Wow.
That's
Dang.
cool.
Well, then it is gone.
Okay. One time use and just once?
Yeah, then yeah, it's
Okay.
just a little blessing of an agreement fulfilled.
Cool.
That's a one-time use. I'm not coding that.
I want to try and pull Vera aside if I can.
Okay.
Away from everybody and just say, you don't have to tell me why you don't want to go to Denmark, but we don't have to go there.
I sort of do have to go there. It's a little hard to explain, but there's some places you have to go. It's just you don't want to go. You know?
No, but I guess I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's sometimes I think what happens is you have these moments in life where you do things and you're not proud of them and you're not even really sure if you did them or not, but people tell you you did them. And
Yeah.
I think there's these moments where you just have to know,
Yeah.
and I think I can find out there.
Yeah. That sounds important.
Have you ever been to Port Damali?
No.
Well, there are amazing shops there. The Beat It Alley Ward, a lot of great places. I'll show you around. Well, I mean, I haven't been there in decades, but when I was there, they used to have all sorts of really cool places.
Are you sure you want to go to Denver?
Yes.
Okay. Then we'll go to Deadpan.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Girl just nod at you and then say, "All right, everybody, we're gonna go to Wow."
All right, then as all of you head back to count your reward, we're gonna go ahead and take our 10-minute break for tonight, and so we'll be back at 9:33.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
See y'all guys in a bit.
So I'm pretty sure that I can turn into a horse now.
That's awesome.
I mean, I don't have like any like riding gear on me, but I will be able to turn into a horse, I think. Let me check.
Because you're 5th level, so you should have swim speed possibility also.
Yeah, I've already kind of been thinking about like what swimming animals I have seen.
We're going to the beach.
That's true.
Yeah, I can become a war horse, even
War horses are amazing.
because they're 0.5 challenge.
Just wait in a couple more levels. I can get polymorph and I'll be joining you.
Yeah, and then we can just like pull the cart.
We'll just like jam out. We'll just be animaling it up.
We're gonna be a whole zoo because I can be a horse too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was half expecting you to bust it out for the digging.
Mm-hmm. No, I want to tell them to do that. Zara's still new to her
So-
magic. She doesn't know how to do anything.
Warhorse, reef shark, jaculi, whatever that is.
I could become a crocodile, but I'm
dog.
like debating in my head whether or not Hellebrim would have seen a crocodile.
Giant
might
wasp,
have.
seahorse, sea eel, goat. You could be a giant goat. A giant dragonfly.
My favorite polymorph is always the giant ape. It's just so useful.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Sorry, I love your dog, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, she's fluffy. Come here, Lila. Come here.
Did anybody else get it besides Matt?
What is
Oh, is that the new book?
Yeah.
I bought it. It hasn't
didn't
gotten
think
to
it
my
was out
house
yet.
This is
Oh,
Matt's
yeah.
new book. The Tal'Dorei
Oh.
Reborn. So it was the they rehashed the original one that they printed like 6 years ago with Green Ronin.
Oh.
So they added more stuff to it, and
But there's another book coming out in like a month or two, right?
Yes.
March,
Okay.
I think.
Yep,
Right? It's March.
Yeah. for Marquette.
This is like the only game I can find that's willed them out. I'm in like 3 other games and nobody wants to play willed them out, but like
Critical Role Call of the Netherdeep. Yeah, that one comes
Yeah.
out March 15th.
willed them out's my favorite.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. Big fan. All right.
And then May 17th is the Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Universe.
Yes, yes. All right, so real quick, let's see here. Okay, so let's do it this way. If we want to continue on from what you seem to do is totally good. Basically, I want to let you know that there's if as a party you wanted to pull at different threads than going south, there are different things to do if you so desire. So but if the party is happy on its direction, then that is fine. as well.
Yeah, Port Tamale is definitely interesting to me, just for the library between the teeth and then just my Starfeller ancestry. I wanted to look more into.
And I definitely think that the best part is that we could do this thing with the nest and still just get to Port Damali and not have to come back.
Exactly.
And just continue on.
No return
too.
trip.
That's
That
a great
helps,
DM
I
note.
think.
I love when DMs do that.
Like, oh yeah, by the way. Very cool. All right, perfect then. Then you are able to head towards the inn.
And then we're going to Domino.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Perfect.
unless we want to stay here and do some shopping.
Oh,
We
I
should
think
definitely do some shopping.
yeah. I
Yes.
think some other people.
So
I
maybe
thought
we'll
you were
stay
actually
for the
talking
night.
about dominoes. Like,
Oh, I could get Domino's tonight too.
So
She meant Dubai.
I don't know that particular game.
At this point, Amber doesn't even remember where we're going.
Okay. So as you return, you count out all the gold. Here, there's a total. The Marquis has given you 1,000 gold, and there is a total of 2,000 from the families.
So is it 3,000 total?
Yes.
Is it all just gold, or are there any like
Theo, yeah, I
crystals
was
or
going to ask.
gems or stuff like that in the mix too?
There's no gems or anything like. All this seems to be in heavy coin.
Can you identify the daggers and the necklace, Theo? Or do you not have the pearl yet?
I do not have identify
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment. I do have detect magic though, so I could at least tell you if it's magical.
Maybe someone in
Please.
Des Moines can tell us if it's magical.
that is possible.
Or we could look it up in their books.
Yeah, Theo, if you could.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and ritual cast detect magic.
Oh, Mike got backstage.
Mike's backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that, everybody.
No worries.
Is it a straight shot there, or is there a lot on the way?
So if you go down by the river, you know that you could basically follow the river down, though that's going to be much more wilderness. Then there's the tiled-in byway that would go straight to Port Damali, but you wouldn't be by the river to search for anything.
And then are we just doing a 7-way split for the gold? Cool.
So 428 gold, 5 silver, 7
Nice.
copper.
Cool.
Wait, what?
You say 420 gold?
428.
That's close enough.
All right, could you repeat that? 428 gold,
5 silver, 7 copper.
5 silver, 7 copper. All right.
All right. So did you do a detect magic? Or...
Yep.
Okay.
Ritual cast it. So it'll
Sure.
take me 10 minutes.
Each dagger returns with a magical aura, as does the pendant with hands and heart.
Can I tell what type of magic?
That'll be...
Only one way to find find out. And Cora puts on the necklace.
Cord just
I
starts
wanted it.
attuning to things.
It's shiny.
Let me double check that really fast. I would say both the daggers come back as evocation.
I don't feel any different. I don't think this necklace is magical. It's okay, Theo. We all make mistakes sometimes.
It might take a minute to work.
Or 60.
It's fine. I like it though. It's shiny.
And then the pendant there will be evocation.
Okay, so I'll pass that along to the group.
The hell is evocation?
Fireball.
My necklace is gonna light on fire?
I mean, it's an example. But maybe.
That'd be, not gonna lie, kind of sweet.
Also cure wounds.
So I either light on fire or am fixed forever. So, you know.
Yeah, it could be light. It could be curing fairy fire.
It could be not magic and you could be wrong. But it's okay. It's okay. It's shiny and I like it. And that's all that matters when you think about it.
Do you guys want to go shopping?
I do.
Hell yeah, I do.
I'm in dire need of a new herbalism kit. I lost mine when we were in the mines.
We can
Well, if
get
you're
you
shopping for kits, there's a couple kits that I'm looking to buy as well.
Is this suspicious to buy thieves' tools?
There is
Asking
no
the DM.
universe in which it's not suspicious. to buy these tools.
that. Depends on who you ask.
Because I don't know how you go about getting thieves' tools then if you can't just buy them at the general store.
You can just say you keep getting locked out of your house.
I've had to go to special merchants before for thieves' tools.
Yeah.
Like, because I've never had to buy thieves' tools as a player character, so I don't know.
Yeah, so either you can. So this is what I'll do. Usually, either you can go ahead and find a shady type of person to get it from, kind of special market type of deal, or you can piece together a kit for essentially twice the price.
What
So
if I
you-
call it a lock-picking set?
Well, I could actually probably team up with you on that because the kits that I'm looking for are rather shady too, so we might as well work together.
Very well.
What kind of kits are you looking for, Theoden?
A disguise kit and a forgery kit.
Oh,
Because I'm not spending too much money because plate armor is expensive.
Yeah. Let's just try to find a shady merchant. There's always one around. Wherever there's criminals in need of tools.
Well, then we should look by the tin pricks.
Sounds good.
All right. So apparently people want to go shopping. We can go shopping. What is everyone looking for? We've got the kits,
I'm also
shit-
looking
the
for
kits of
cook's
shade.
utensils.
I don't know. We'll just see what shit's shiny, I think.
We should probably, if anybody doesn't have camping gear of some kind, we might want to stock up on that as a group.
That too.
I also need a crystal bead.
I'm going to the fabric store.
I
Oh.
just need some generic light armor and then some crossbow bolts.
Vera, speaking of fabric, you can have my Priestesses of Melora outfit back. Use it for...
You didn't like it?
Oh, no, I did like it. I just... is that something we're going to keep doing? We can.
Oh, I can do. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, no problem. I gotta take it.
Now I feel like
It's
we're
okay. No,
feelings.
I've had customers before. It's fine. You know, I can retailor things, and you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. I understand.
Can you tailor it to fit a ghost?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm sorry. I do like
It's mine now, bitch.
Maybe we'll use it again, but probably not. Maybe though.
Would you like me to get rid of the gloves too?
No.
Would you like your money back?
No. I'm sorry. I'll just keep it. Actually, I'll just keep it. Don't worry. I
I
will
thought
use
I
it.
got
Are you
it.
sure?
Yeah. I really like it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Priestesses of Melora, me and you.
Right.
High five.
Virtual.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't muted for that cough. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I don't know. Bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
I need the bagpipes.
No.
You could
No.
play the bagpipes, Coral?
Like
As your roommate,
Zemnon does the like just oh lord.
Yeah, I need some
Fine,
arrows.
we'll get bagpipes.
I feel like if you're a
Bird
ghost with a set
pipes?
of bagpipes going around, you should get some sort of an intimidation bonus.
Bird pipes. Can we talk about this a little bit?
All right, so if you would like to, anything off the standard equipment list, for the most part, it's fairly easy to find. As far as the shadier kits, go ahead, I guess, between Zemnon and Theoden, and you can make a persuasion check to see how well you can get any type of information on where to get such things.
I do speak Thieves' Cant, so if I see a shady person, I would just speak to them in Thieves' Cant.
All right, so I'll give you advantage for
Okay.
knowing Thieves' Cant.
I got a 12 on the persuasion roll.
Okay. So 18.
18. So talking, and as you talk about the way how the bird flies underground as well as up,
I'm
you
pretty sure that's not what birds do.
you are directed to essentially more of like a house where you knock, and in a pattern that was shown to you, it's 3 longs or 3 shorts. And this woman comes out and says, "Oh, my dinner guests! I'm so excited!" and welcomes you in, and puts before you like a little bit of a meal. And as you communicate in Thieves' Cant of the kits, you see like where the silverware would go. These kits are stacked up, and there's teacups you were served. There's no tea on the table. She kind of looks at you, says, "Eat up, drink your tea."
Zemnon's got some weird fucking friends.
Standard price.
Yes,
for that
this is very delicious.
I'll play Tea Party with her.
Yeah. It's kind of,
Best tea ever. Good job.
you get that she's waiting for the cost to be put into the cups.
Gotcha.
Cora does not get that
Of course,
at
that's
all.
what she meant. I'm an asshole.
Oh, I knew. I was
Cora's
just
just
clarifying
dumb.
with the DM
It's
that
fine.
it was just
Cora's just
standard
dumb.
cost. Well, you're not
Um,
there, so it's fine.
Do I see disguise kits and
Well, shit, I thought
forgery
I was
kits?
there. Never mind my whole thing.
Yeah, she's put those on your plate.
Okay, and those are probably like what, 25 gold each?
I think so.
usually.
Thieves is 25. So yeah, I put into the teacup. I put 2 platinum and 5 gold.
I'll put 50 gold in if that's the right price. Oh, you know what? I bet if I look it up in D&D Beyond, I bet it'll say.
Yeah.
So I just go into inventory, correct, and search up the
Yeah,
stuff
and
I'm
then you
buying.
can click
Yeah,
manage
inventory.
Disguise.
And then,
Okay.
If you click
25.
the arrow
Yeah,
there, it'll tell you how much it is too.
Forgery's
Yeah.
15 gold.
Oh, hey. Thank you. So 40 gold in the cup.
Mhm.
Also, how do you go about doing poisons? Like, I have a kit and I'm proficient, but do I need to be buying particular ingredients also? I imagine.
Yes. Me.
well, I guess I'll tell you now, Matt. I'm gonna want a dog in this campaign too.
With so many people that can turn into animals, I feel like you already do.
Because you're wanting poison. We've got a poisoner in Pirates on Wednesdays also, and I just mentioned a mechanic that he wants to build out. So maybe not so much a mastiff, but like a cat version, because
Yeah.
I'm a Leonin.
I played a Shadow Sorcerer in my other World of Mount game, and I had a Shadow Mastiff. It was wonderful.
I'm linking you the poison rolls I like to use
Okay.
because they're a little more fun.
Can we talk about the bagpipes a little bit?
You can definitely find bagpipes if you want. There's all types of instruments.
Just
Matt-
saying.
I was also wondering if I intend to make potions using my herbalism kit, am I going to need to buy like a lot of potion vials for it too?
Yeah, so you'd want vials, what to think about 1 silver.
Okay.
Is there anywhere we could get healing potions here?
And I will add that too.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, there's really not healing potions in the town. You kind of checked before, a lot of it had been used, and there's none of those available here. This isn't like a lot of this stuff is really just to maybe do a little bit of stuff to help keep things clear. There are mercenaries, so there's a little bit of work in getting stuff for mercenaries around because it keeps the town safe, but a lot of them just kind of go down to Port Damali for weeks and come back, and so it's not a booming adventuring economy here.
So can I buy studded leather armor?
Yes, you're able to get actually studded leather. They're not going to have much call for here. Or I could look
Okay.
at all they
So
want.
just standard leather I could get though?
Yeah.
And then is there a coin value in the manage inventory, or do I just need to look that up in the PHP?
In inventory, if you just click on the coins near the top it's like right under extras. You can click that, and that'll let you manage your coin.
No, I know I can manage my coins. How do I? Is there a value on D&D Beyond, or do I need to go to the PHP to see how much?
No.
Oh no, you can
just
look it
click
up.
the thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
If you look up
cool.
the item in D&D Beyond, it'll say
Leather's
value.
10 gold.
Okay, perfect.
Matt, this poison system's neat. I'm into this.
Is that the same thing that I got in the other game?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I love that thing.
That's
It's
what I
so
like
cool.
to use in just about all of them. It's a lot more fun, and
Yeah, this is the most fun poison rules I've ever seen.
He's got
Yeah,
harvesting
four.
rolls too that he uses.
yes.
Really?
Those are fun.
I would like those.
I actually
because
have.
I do intend on using my herbalism kit.
Awesome. So there is
Do you do the Hammond's harvesting, or do you do
Yeah.
a homebrew?
I do Hammond's
Yeah.
harvesting.
Ooh. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter then. How do you go about the proficiency for it for the kit?
People can pick it up.
Okay,
Um,
because I'd be into trying to learn that and
Yeah, I
getting a
picked it
kit
up.
and all that. The Hammond's harvesting is
Yeah, I picked it up as a feat essentially, or as
Awesome.
part of a feat.
A net sounds cool. I'm gonna get a net.
Okay. Molly, you were the first one who really said I'd like to harvest. So
Yeah.
I will. What I will say is a book on it Tell you the truth, it's not going to be here.
Okay.
It'll be in Portamalia.
All right.
Unless
There is a
Bless you.
poisoner's kit, though. Were you interested
Bless
in
you.
that, Molly? I don't, or not.
Well, I don't have a proficiency in it at all, but
I have
I'd have
proficiency,
to
so
pick that up.
if that's something that you're interested in, we can.
yeah, you could pick up Harvester's tools here. That is possible, but
I
just
can.
the book itself is not available here.
And the thing, the vials is it like one vial is 1 silver, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just so I know, so I can write out all the ones I'm getting, because I was gonna get a few.
Incidentally, Zemnon, I think I'm done in the Shady Merchant.
Oh yeah, that's literally all I needed.
Okay.
I can't. There's nothing else in this town that I can actually get that I need.
But let me tell you, I have, as a player, the worst luck with the disguise kit known to man. So now that I have one, look out! It doesn't matter how proficient I am. I'm going to make each of you look like a tired drag queen at some point. Just
Right.
prepare for it now.
Fantastic.
Well, there's not as many shops here as I thought.
I
Shop
found
window.
an instrument, and it's called a yarding.
Oh. Did you buy it or you just found it?
I'm gonna buy it. Unless
You have
anybody tells me
proficiency
not
in
to.
it?
I don't think so. I don't even know how to play as Zemnon. I'm a kid. It's only 35 gold.
All things considered, I guess you could learn on the way.
It's fine. I'm already doing it.
All right. So I think while this is be a little more for anyone watching, but what other tools do we have? Because I'd rather just get these out to everybody. Because I have expanded rules for a lot of tools. So we had herbalism kit. Correct.
Yeah, I think Helleborn was picking up an herbalism kit.
Okay.
I did. I picked up an herbalism kit, cook's utensils, and some vials.
Fuck, I'm getting bat pipes. You can't stop me.
I've got all 4 of the Shady kits now, so Thieves' Tools, Forgery Kit, Poisoner's Kit, and Disguise Kit.
I've got a thieves toolkit, but I already had that.
Okay.
But I'm totally trustworthy, guys, I swear.
Let's see here. Give you more things for disguise kits. Helborn, I just discarded you the one for one of your kits there. Actually, this is what I'm going to do because I don't want to keep doing this. In the general, I'm going to put the link to all the expanded rules on the kits.
Sweet.
Cool.
I do have one question though. Because of my druidic background, would I have known any of these recipes prior?
You have proficiency
I do.
with the druid. Pick 2.
Pick 2? Okay.
Put it in.
Hmm.
Actually, for easier stuff, I'll put it in DM notes for now. There we go. That should bring you to the tool stuff.
Cool.
Cool. All right. So then I can look around. It's not every toolkit, but some of the more weird ones that make no sense.
Yes.
Sorry, my mic cut out there for a second.
Oh, good. All right. So you were out shopping. I mean, there's a few things. I mean, there is I would say at the tea party there's I think this woman who came out to greet you rather portly and very actually vibrant. I'm like, oh, this tea dearies, and human woman. She goes, anything else that I can help you with? What are you doing about these parts?
We're just chilling.
I don't know if they're. So we give her nothing. She goes, okay, and that's it. Anything else you all want to do?
I need a small crystal bead. Actually, is there any kind of a shop that has like spell components and stuff like that?
There's not one so much like that, but you could definitely find a crystal bead, like in a jewelry shop.
Okay. Sorry, this is the woes of being a wizard. I always need random shit.
Kind of like the more very specific spell components, you might have to wait to port them out.
Yeah, that's fine. The crystal bead's all that's really important. What about charcoal?
Charcoal's easy enough to find, yeah.
Okay. I'll buy 30 gold worth of charcoal, and then whatever you want to charge me for the crystal bead. Sorry, guys. This is why I hate sorcerer or wizards.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have, it doesn't give a gold value to that?
No, it's not
spell
consumed.
components, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so if you-
usually spell components do have a requirement of how much it has to be worth, but for the crystal bead, no.
Okay, then in that case, it would just be your component pouch.
Yeah, so anything
Okay.
that doesn't have a gold value next to it specifically is just considered in your component pouch.
Okay, perfect. I'm all
Yeah,
for that
So
then.
if you started with that, or you can replace with your arcane focus.
Yeah, you can use
Yeah. The only other thing, and this is probably a tall order for here, but lead-based ink.
And that's for a spell again, or
Yeah.
Okay. There's not a lot of call for that.
Okay. That's all I need then. So I'm gonna take 30 gold for the charcoal though.
All right.
Okay.
That's good.
Perfect. Thank you.
the charcoal stated 30 gold worth.
Well, every time I summon my familiar,
Oh, the
it
familiar,
cost me
that's
10.
right.
It cost me 10
Yeah,
gold
yeah.
worth. So
Oh, I guess Mike would have informed me of how to do it again, so I would do that to just bring Vathrail back.
Okay.
you need 10 gold worth of charcoal that you have to burn as incense every
Yeah.
time you summon a familiar. So I've got 10 gold so far, but once I resummon them, I won't be able to resummon them again. So now I've got 4 summons.
There you go.
Freaking wizards every time.
Do we find any cool axes?
There are
I guess
various
I'd buy 20.
pickaxes from because there was stuff for the mining that was around, so you can do that. Like, 'cause there's the
Three.
general stuff. Like, you can't find like 20 axes stuff, but you can 1 or 2 of some items around.
Could I find a rapier?
Yeah.
Okay,
Easy
I'll buy a
enough.
rapier then too.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I think I'll have to do my shopping in Port de Molly.
They have nice shops there.
I was hoping to pick up a battle axe. Like a magic one, but I probably can't afford it yet. It's on the list. Or not a battle axe, a great axe. Or a magic shield.
I didn't expect there to be a magic shop here.
Yeah, no, there's
No.
not anything like that.
Can
More
I?
murder.
Sorry to keep buying stuff.
Of course.
Can I have bought a burglar's pack at the shady shop too?
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
That's fine. No, you got a lot of money. You like to spend it. That's usually
Yeah.
you're like, I want stuff.
Well,
But
it's just,
I mean,
started with
I
the
mean,
scholars kit.
Which you
and
didn't really see. We had a really big mission as far as the murder mystery. Plus, you had the mines, which they didn't get initially paid for.
Yeah.
They kind of made up. So there's a lot of stuff. So
Well, are we wanting to stay another night, or do we want to make way?
I want to leave here.
Okay, we got one vote.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think I'm good now too.
The cart, would it hold all of us? If there's like 2 on the drivers and
you will have a hard time with the cart if you are
okay.
if you are not going by the road.
Got it.
Then
Okay.
with a cart, you got to kind of go
Yeah.
by the road. Okay, then I would say both the daggers are moon-touched weapons, and the pendant was a periapt of health.
Oh,
What the hell is that?
So if Cora tunes to that,
Um,
since Cora grabbed it.
Immune to contracting any disease while you wear this pendant. If you are already infected with a disease, the effects of the disease are suppressed. Does her death is her death suppressed and now she has like
I'm
flash?
pretty sure death is not a disease.
Yeah.
For you it might be.
But do you even like get diseases as a ghost?
I think I can.
Yeah, I think you still can.
Yeah, I have advantage against disease, which would stand to reason that I could be diseased.
what do moon touched weapons do? That
They're
sounds
essentially
They just
smaller
emit light.
torches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 15
But they
foot
also deal
range
magical
torch.
damage.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they should pass resistance to that. I just picked one up yesterday.
cool.
Yeah. The
Actually,
common magic weapon's kind of a nice little boon.
Before we go, is there an herbalist shop? Because then I would use some gold to buy some more recipes.
I think we have to get to Duluth.
I'm going
But it-
shopping in Damali, Port Damali, Helleborough. Maybe we want to go together.
there is some herbalism supplies here. That is something that would go on here, especially here actually. So, you can basically find anything you want in the herbalism shop here. Funny enough, Port Tamales you wouldn't be able to find as much.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Hellebroom. Hi.
Yeah.
Zara said it wouldn't be offensive if I asked you this.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how to make good berry smoothies?
I'm sure I could try. I've never actually made them in a smoothie.
Well, I was just wondering. I'll pay for the recipe. You know, you can, if you
Oh,
find
you don't
one.
have to pay for it, Vera. I'm sure we could find something to smush them in and mix them up with. Did you know I could make them different flavors?
Really?
I can.
Can you make them mango, banana, strawberry?
Well, I haven't had a mango before, but I've definitely had bananas and strawberries. I do think, though, they'd all wind up being the same flavor, though.
Oh, that would work. I was just curious because I need something real strong. I had to say goodbye to a friend today.
Helbram kind of puts his hand on Vera's. It's like, I know.
I could cast Speak with Animals and find you a new friend.
No, I don't think I'm ready for that.
That's definitely not something I've been able to do this whole time and wouldn't have been helpful earlier when we were doing the thing with the... It's fine. I've been able to do it the whole time. That's all that's important.
All right.
I would specifically be looking to purchase the Burn Soothe ointment recipe and gash glue.
Yeah. They're very big on the herbalism for Tusawa because of their culture. So you get a nice bag. There's a like extremely cheap, like basically worthless yellow beads that have a using like fire. There's been a black circle kind of burnt into the center of each one, making them look like eyes, and they're kind of arranged into this kind of just almost a like bark bag in which they put all this stuff in. And they just go, the blessing of the eyed one. And they nod.
Thank you. And I kind of like give them like a slightly deep nod of my head. And so how much would I have given them for that?
Does it not give you prices in that?
It does. I probably I choose between minor, moderate, and masterwork, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And am I? I'm assuming that if I purchase it at masterwork, I can make it only in that, or all levels based on what I roll for DC.
You can get up to that, yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, since I have the money, I will definitely buy the masterwork recipe, because then I could make it that high.
Yeah.
So that is 90 gold.
All right. Nice. So you're able to get those types of things, and
Nope. Later.
Halbram, as you're in this shop, there is a gentleman comes in here, a human male, who kind of just soft looking, very, very well maintained and treated skin, very well dressed. Definitely looks like they have coin to them, though. Even in their well dressed, you've been in major cities that would outdress them by far, but for here, definitely very well put together. And nods to the shopkeeper here and goes, Amara? Amara kind of looks at him, gives him a nod, and kind of finishes you up and goes to the back where there's all these things and closes some curtains and kind of immediately clears it. Goes up to you, says, greetings, my name is Talanan. I hear you are of the group that the Marquis has worked with recently. Is that correct?
That is correct. We are.
I see. I believe you uncovered something I heard of a risque, piratey nature of, you could say, of some workings down the river. That what my understanding is, correct?
It is.
Good. There was an item that I had sent to a client, and it never made it. And once I heard of this activity, and, it occurred to me that maybe it wasn't as random of a and the character, the NPC itself is struggling as he goes, robbing, as we first thought. And how would you like to make some extra coin?
I'm sure that if perhaps that we are going to be investigating this. I'm sure that if this is something that was supposed to make it to somebody and we find it in this supposed nest of thieves that we go to, I'm sure that we can send it on its way to its proper owner. Yes.
Perfect. It was an item. It was a box, but I guess
Oh.
it could have been split up into two. So, quite simply, let's say this. I very much would like to have this done. Therefore, I have been paid half for the first means, and he writes something up, and he kind of hands you this little letter. He goes, "Should you find the items, you are entitled to the full other half of the payment. Should you return said things? What you're looking for is about a 2-foot high statue hollow of a dragon. It would be carved out of bone, as well as a lance. Should be finely decorated and scaled around the hilt with 5 colors: green, black, white, blue, and red. Find these items, please send them." And he goes, "Who you are looking for?" Well, the building you are looking for, if you have these items, would be Karamin's Curiosities. And just say you have a delivery from Tusoa, and everything should go fine.
I'm writing this all down.
Halbrim's like,
I'm writing it all down. Halbrim's remembering. Before I say anything, I would like to roll to see if this person seems like they're, I don't know, a little bit shady.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. And that's insight, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You have
That's
to
it.
roll to see if he's shady. I'm not even there, and I can tell you he's shady.
I kind of think he's shady, but Halibrim's kind of, 15.
He is, yeah, the 15, because you're not wrong. It's someone who's frightened and has been given a glimpse of hope that maybe a certain consequence is not going to befall them. So you get the sense that this delivery not making it was probably a bigger deal than he's letting on. And he really thought he was a dead person.
Yeah.
And he's thinking that if he can get you guys to do this, then his lease on life will be renewed.
Halibrim's not just going to say, I only have one question then. This person that it's supposed to be sent to, if it doesn't reach them, they would hurt you, right?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. So my highest is, okay, that's an 8, so 17.
17. If I'm lucky, yeah. Or I get to watch my family get hurt. He's kind of suddenly, the facade just drops. He almost starts tearing up.
My friends and I will do our very best to try and prevent that from happening.
Thank you. Good luck. Thanks. And he kind of doesn't know what to do. He's very awkward being this vulnerable with someone, and he's obviously not used to it. He just kind of puts a little bit of coin on the table and then makes his way. Actually, with persuasion like that, I think he pauses. He gets to the door. He stops. He turns around, and he kind of opens up a pack, and in there you can see there's kind of this leather bag that's filled with sand, and there's 2 tops of bottles in it, and he pulls out one, and it's this red liquid, and he just hands it to you. This probably wouldn't do me any good anyway, but maybe it'll help you get this done. And he'll leave. As you can add a greater healing potion.
Ooh.
We got one.
Cora's gonna start rounding everybody up, and she's gonna like stick her head in the shop, like just through the door, and be like, "Hello, Brum, come on, we gotta go to Des Moines."
Yeah. Shopkeeper. Ah! Literally through the door.
What time of day is it?
About this time, you're probably approaching afternoon.
Okay.
I'm going to go try and round everybody up in a similar fashion. Just like go find them and stick my head in the door and yell something about going to some random place. Daytona. Drusselstenia.
I think Daytona is the best one yet.
Potion of healing greater. Here it is.
All right.
Okay, I found it.
Dubai is a good one. Thank you for that. Twitch.
So you round everybody up, and you're about center of the town, just kind of maybe showing off some wares, or not showing off certain wares, since you're not going to put them up in public.
I'm gonna show off my bagpipes like nobody's business.
Cool.
Yeah, Cora's in the center there.
I do not know how to play the bagpipes. It sounds terrible.
I feel like you wouldn't get sound then, to a certain extent, if you don't know how to get the air in there to properly get it flowing. You might just squeak a little bit. And here's hoping that's how it stays.
I think a ghost with a bagpipe would legitimately be terrifying.
Can I roll a d20 to see how much noise I can make with a bagpipe?
Yes.
Do a bagpipe check.
Bagpipe check.
So are you just trying to make noise, or are you trying to play it?
Well, I can't play it. I don't know how. I got a 5, so I probably am not making a lot of noise, actually.
Yeah.
So good.
What does it look like when a ghost gets winded from blowing?
All right, well, great. Let's go to
Yeah, what are we doing? with
Can
the
you
time?
running out of
produce
them, guys.
air?
what?
Can you even produce breath to play the bagpipes? As a
No,
ghost?
that's why it was a 5.
I think
That's why my
every
bagpipe
fight
check was a 5.
we should start out with Cora trying to play the bagpipe just to scare them out of the fight. Like, you know what? No, fuck it. You guys go on your way. We're not messing with this. They got a ghost with a bagpipe. We don't want this smoke.
It's too much. Too much.
All right, let's go to Dublin.
Ready to go. I got some extra breadsticks for everybody.
Oh,
Are they
good.
hard?
They are the way they were this morning.
Where are
Sorry,
you getting
Vera.
breadsticks?
Rolls, bread, it's all the same.
If
All
you
right.
These
think
are one
about
room in
it,
Olive Garden.
all bread
I
is
also-
a breadstick if you try hard enough.
That's what I'm thinking. Thank you, Cora.
I mean, all
Oh,
bread is mush to your stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
Zara.
We're all on the same page. What? No, you said
Oh,
Zara. Good
yeah.
job.
Zara, I also got a new set of cooking utensils and an herbalism kit, so I might be able to make some potions or poultices on the way, or even make a nicer meal than just rations and our fish jerky.
Oh, Hellerbrum, I bought you something. I got you some
Oh.
cheese.
Thank you.
Yes. I know you like it, so I got you
I
some for
do.
the I know it probably won't stay good for, but
Oh, it's all right. I think we could probably eat it with dinner tonight.
cool.
Just so it doesn't go to
Cheese
go to
is my
waste.
favorite food too.
I'm
Well,
sure I could shave off a bit for you, Cora. Even though you don't eat, you could savor it within yourself for a bit.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds weird and sketchy, and I want no part of it.
All right. So you heading off this afternoon, or are you staying for the night and heading off in the morning?
no, I think we're going.
I think we're gonna go to Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we agree on taking the river path or the road?
I think we're taking the river path.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what
we
I
wanna
thought, but I
see
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
some
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. Cool. In that case, what we're going to do is modified rules for traveling. So essentially, until you make it to a destination of some type, well, of course, you're resting and you're taking watches and those types of things. You are on 1 day's worth of resources as far as spells and all that type of stuff, right? So, essentially, like once you make it somewhere, you will have a long rest at that point. But kind of encounters or things you might find along the way over 5 days, as if it was like 1 day's worth of resources.
Cool.
It's just max out that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Once we kind of like get out of town and start heading down the road, I'm going to tell them about the man in the herbalism shop, and yeah,
I wasn't there, but he seems shady as hell.
from the vibe I got from him, he definitely seemed afraid that these people, whoever this object was supposed to go to them, they were going to hurt him and his family if it didn't arrive. I don't know what it
we'll
is.
do it, but I'm just saying shady and scared are not mutually exclusive feelings. You could be both of them.
True.
Yeah, let's get the weird thing.
What was he looking for?
He was looking for this statue. It was hollow and shaped like a dragon. He said it was out of bone.
Whose bone do you think it was? Do you think it was my bone? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, considering it's the shape of a dragon, I would assume that perhaps it's dragon bone.
That's fucking
And he said there was a lance. It was decorated with different colored gemstones.
Scales.
Scales. Different color scales.
What colors?
Scales. Green, black, white, blue, and red.
How much do I know about dragons?
Make a history check.
$13.
13. I would say that you are generally familiar with the colors of metallic and chromatic dragons and what they generally mean.
Those are the colors of chromatic dragons, generally known to be evil. I don't want to know what a lance emblazoned with their scales is getting up to.
I told you he was shady.
That may not be an item that we want delivered, per se.
I was thinking that
We kill the person.
perhaps we find this object and see what it's about.
Yeah, that sounds okay too.
And then we can handle it from there.
I will add it to the list.
Kill the person we are delivering the spooky evil lance to.
I literally started a list, by the way.
Oh, me too.
I did too.
But I don't know what was on the list before I got here, so I just have the
Nothing.
We didn't have one.
Nothing. Not much.
cool.
Vera will start making a quilt on this journey.
Okay.
Each square is going to be different. So,
That's so cute.
like, she's making a square to represent each member of the party.
Aww.
And then there's another square to show, like, the battle with the red parrot and the mines. She's kind of like keeping a journal on the quilt.
That's so cute.
The red parrot fight will just be like all of us laying on the ground and Zara finishing the job.
Shalina's not gonna let that go.
Oh, I love it. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
it definitely needs to have Sister Ariel on there. Yeah.
I love it. All right, so you guys begin.
I would have summoned Vathrael.
Okay.
Before, like.
Jeff!
Hey! Wow, that was you guys killed me really fast. That sucked.
It's not our fault you're weak as hell.
That
That's
totally
right.
is his fault. He doesn't know how to do things right. He
That's
can
right.
make me
It's
better,
our
but has he
fault.
put any type of effort on it? None whatsoever.
No,
Where
it's
did-
definitely Zemnon's fault, but it's not our fault.
I'm gonna follow your lead and summon my owl again.
Vathrael, may I ask where it is you go when you were banished, dismissed, when you
When
were
you died.
engulfed by the fireball?
Yes, you may ask.
Where do you go when you perish from the material plane, or from my summoning spell?
Kind of me and Big Q kind of go back. Wow, what used to be Big Q.
Is he little Q now?
He doesn't answer you, Cora.
What? And you said I can improve you in what ways?
Like a lowercase Q now.
Hopefully not Avenue Q.
I don't know what that is.
This is a good musical.
It is.
Great one.
Well, yeah, your little second mouth there. You feed it. They buff me up here.
Sarah, give me a roll. Give me a roll.
He goes, no.
Do we feed it other creatures?
Give me a roll, Zara.
He doesn't respond, and he's just looking at Zemnon.
I will, like, telepathically feed it what?
Hearts of evil people.
Zara,
Like we're all assholes.
roll.
What, I guess you couldn't have mentioned that when we were burying the three people that Cora. had
You
chose as asshole. I did not have the materials to summon you at that
no,
point.
I was not comfortable. I was not comfortable.
What? I thought you said you just hang out with your old master. Why is that uncomfortable?
It's sticky, really smelly.
Gore starts shoving a roll onto Zemnon's hand.
Yeah,
What are
I
you doing, Cora?
Zemnon, is he talking to you telepathically?
Yes, we're
I'm
having a
getting your hand
conversation.
Oh, okay.
He didn't want to say it out loud. I thought it was
I got you,
rude to
Jeff.
break his trust like that.
It's really cold too in your head.
Cora, let go of me.
Just want to feed Jeff.
He's standing there.
Here you go, Jeff.
It's really hard. Like who? Whatever.
That's the best way to eat them, from what I understand.
You are savages.
I preferred the way it was cooked this morning, but to each their own.
Anything else?
No, I scoop him back up onto my shoulder.
Okay, yeah. He's like,
Zara, I forgot Theo's owl's name.
I didn't name it. You named it
Yeah,
Toast.
you named it.
Affectionately in the last time.
I know I named it.
So it's I feel like it's definitely ciabatta now.
That's fine.
And then every time it's summoned, it's a different kind of bread.
I have a much simpler relationship with my owl, so you can name it whatever you like. It's
Oliver
uncomplicated.
reaches out to
It's
the
an
owl. I think your owl looks a little bit like arrived now.
That works. It's a barn owl. Rye feels like it would fit for a barn owl.
You should totally bring it back as different owls each time.
I wanna hang out with Hellobrum a bit.
Okay, so we can say you guys travel a little bit here, and you and Halibrim are gathering things together to make camp. And I think before we do that, I just Scott, I think you seem to have you've not had a great chance to do anything. Is there anything you want to do?
We're heading to the town where I had some history on the north side, and we're coming up the south side. Correct?
You would be, and well, you're going south, so you would be hitting the north side of the town.
Okay, I think what I would
But that's going to be in like a week or so.
Okay. To be completely honest, I probably worked all up and down this road. I think the main thing that I'm doing.
So you're not even going by the road; you're going the river.
Oh, even better. I guess anytime we're going anywhere that's like civilization, I want to look for like a bulletin board or like wherever they put up the wanted signs. And I don't want to be like conspicuous, but I am definitely going over just real quick and double checking that I'm not on any of them.
You're just looking for work, you know.
Yeah. I also just really want to make sure that I'm not going to like walk in and get arrested. I don't know. I got my new leather armor. I'm also probably just strutting around in my new armor now that I can wear it now that I took a level in fighter.
2, as far as I noticed, and I would definitely practice with you if you were like doing aiming practice at night, or if you were trying to practice the sword.
Oh yeah, actually, if this is going to be an extended period of time, I would definitely practice my archery because I've got up to like a +8 now, and when I get to my 4th level in fighter, I'm going to take the stat boost in dexterity to up that.
Okay.
If you're expressing any concerns to the group,
No.
I would offer my services of a disguise kit.
I think I'm probably not, like, I never really have hidden it that, like, I've done some shady stuff, but I don't think I'm probably, like, advertising. I don't think I'm, like, waking up and being like, okay, everybody, hold on, I gotta run in town and see if I'm wanted for murder or some bad shit. But, I think it's a lot more casual, just, like, walking by the post office, just, like, looking real quick over the FBI most wanted list and just, all right, I'm not on there. All right, I'm out of here.
Well, I will make known to the group that I have disguise kit services available now that I'm quite proud of.
I am quite purple though, so I would imagine I probably need a pretty significant disguise kit not to stick out.
No makeup.
Oh,
That's
fair
doable.
point. Fair point.
But
honestly, that's about it.
yeah, training with Mike at night or when we take breaks or whatnot, and then just very vigilantly keeping an eye out for this break in the river for
Okay.
where the stuff was yoinked.
All right, so let's say this: we will have the first night. Mike and Zemnon are training after kind of camp setup. Halbram and Zara are like going over the herbalism kit, even looking around to see if there's any other flowers or whatever
King's foil.
going on. And then that would leave Vera, Cora, and Theoden. What would you be doing?
Well, most importantly, I'm really proud of this. I picked up Tiny Hut. So I'll be ritual casting Tiny Hut for us each night.
Nice.
I'm very, very excited about that.
So I guess right to Tiny Hut.
Yeah. And I can ritual cast it, so I'm doing it all the time. Even when it's not necessary. I'm so excited. I probably want to be talking to various people in the group and starting to get to know people.
Okay. Vera, Cora, anything in particular?
It's been most of my nights making my quilt kind of by myself.
Okay.
Just kind of doing my thing.
Okay. And Cora?
I don't think I'm doing anything in particular. Just kind of hanging out, talking to various people in the group.
Okay. Excellent. Then Halbram and Zara, go ahead.
One of the things I want to really show Zara how to do is this little trick I have with Druidcraft on how to write out words with moss. It's not very long words. They're very short words. But I can get up to 6 letters.
Okay. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with it. Or like, I mean, like generally that's also true, but with magic specifically, I was just kind of pretending, with Vera, and then I got real magic. So
One thing. I'm just scrolling back into my notes for something.
I'll try. I mean, I made flowers for the grave, so I feel like I could probably do it.
The funny thing is that I've only really known how to do magic in like the last 15 years or so.
No.
Really?
Only 15 years.
Well, I'm a dragonborn. I've lived a while.
When did you get it? Like, did something happen? You know?
I left my family on bad terms. And I never got to apologize for the things I said to them. And when I found out they were dead, well, dead, possibly dead. I was a little inconsolable. But I found a town of people, and my mentor, Flinyaver, he stood up for me and offered me a place. He was the one who taught me magic. And I wasn't very good at it at first. A lot of mostly just puffs of smoke and weird smells. That's the first thing they teach you with Druidcraft. then when I made my first flowers bloom, that was inspiring. Fliniverse always said that there was always this great plan for the universe, and that there are things at work that are greater than us. And that sometimes we are called to specific purpose. And I've seen plenty of great things that he's done, but I've always wondered why me, you know?
Yeah. I do know. I've always been the one to destroy things, you know? And this magic is the first time I've been able to create anything. And I could use your help with it.
Well, first thing that we can do is, if Mike's not looking, do you want to see if we can sneak in some skunk?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll follow your lead.
So we're going to stealthily sneak up on Mike and Zemnon.
Can I contest that with perception?
Would it be our
thi-
passive?
Yeah, this is going to be stealth of Zara and Helbram versus the passive of Mike and Zemnon.
Ah, shit. That's only 11.
14.
10.
I see both of you, but I let you sneak up on Mike. I see you two coming, and I'm like, this is a teachable moment for Mike to be more aware of his surroundings.
Hopefully I don't accidentally shoot you guys with my crossbow, because that's what I'm standing around shooting while you sneak up on me. All right.
I'm like, Mike,
I
focus.
totally missed you. I got an 11.
So what do you do?
Basically, you think skunk, and then you cast.
Okay.
So we're gonna just cast Druidcraft and make a skunk smell towards him. Spray it in his direction.
Okay, so together, the two of you kind of think skunk and psh. It's the worst smell. It's almost alerting, Mike.
Run away, run away.
Mike's reaction to this.
He would probably. I mean, we're out in the woods. He'd probably think that just a skunk got him. You know, to be completely honest. Like, I mean, if I was out in the woods and I smelled skunk, I wouldn't think that my buddies had done witchcraft to curse me. You know what I mean? I just been like, oh man, I miss the skunk. So I honestly just start complaining and looking for any remnants of tomato juice or something. Like, y'all see that skunk that got me? We all better be careful. There's gonna be a family of skunks out there. To be completely honest, that's all I got. I don't think I'd expect these two to be punking me.
You hear Zara cheering in the background.
Actually, Mike, it already ran off. You should be fine.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we're right by the river, I'll probably just try and wash myself in the river then. Just try and fix it. Do I need to roll for bathing?
No, you're good. It was just a smell and faded away.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
You know, I don't think it got you. I think it kind of just went past your face is all.
Oh, it missed. It missed. It doesn't have a +9 to ranged attacks like me.
What are you talking about? What do you mean by a +9?
It's how I'm rating how good I am with this crossbow.
out of so 9 out of what? Can you determine
out of 9
my abilities? Based on our training, can you give me a scoring?
Probably like an 8 out of 9. 7.5 on a bad day. It only really works for rage. When you get into other types of weapons, you gotta throw on a whole different scale.
Is there like any way to get over 9,000?
Oh
I don't know,
my
man. Vera
god.
came up with this. I don't know what this is.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no, I don't
goodness.
think I would have expected, Ashton Kutcher and gang to come punk me in the middle of the game.
All right. So with that, I think let's just before we go, who would be leading up kind of the search here on the next few days as you're traversing the river?
I know I would be.
I
don't
would
know who else
probably
wants to.
assist.
Okay. So then one person can go ahead and make a survival check with advantage, either Helbram or Zemnon. Or
I
you
would-
both could roll if you want.
Your call.
I have a +3.
I'll help you then.
Okay. So my highest was 17 plus 3 is 20.
So then, in that case, the night goes by. This fun time of pranking and quilting. And you all find your first travel really as a team, as a group, completed. And you're by the riverside, and the sounds bring a type of sleep, all of you huddled into this tiny dome, packed in a little bit like sardines. Hardly any room. Every kind of shift wakes kind of makes everyone have to readjust. But the temperature's nice. It's cool. The breeze still moves through in your sleeping bag, and we pan a bit, and Mike, you can make either one of these. I need a perception check or insight.
Definitely insight. I'm much better at that.
Definitely insight.
24 with
Nice,
a nat 20.
natural 20.
Nice.
It's natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you dream here, and you're walking up a grassy field, and there is a fine oak table in the very center of it. And there, sitting at the table, quill in hand, back to you, is unmistakably the person who you know as the author.
Do I have my gear with me?
You have everything.
Yeah, I'd like to have my crossbow ready, but not threatening, and I'd like to call out to him. Just ask him, "What are you doing here?"
See he straightens up as though he wasn't aware you were there, and puts his pen down. You see him take a ribbon, put it where he was writing, close the book, and turn around. Actually, I'm going to say he doesn't turn around. Stays his back to you. It was simply watching you. And your new Oh. Characters.
Yeah. What are you getting them all detailed too? This morning, one of them came up and gave me their big old backstory. Make them flesh themselves out today.
You always were an idiot.
Well, it's not my fault. You made me this way.
No, you put yourselves in this story. I had nothing to do with it. You've uncovered something that you're not even aware of yet. But it has changed a lot. Everything changes from here.
You gonna tell me what it is, or are you just gonna keep up this whole little vague dancing around the bushes thing?
It's pretty hard to surprise me, Mike. So I'll give you one question.
Shit. What is it that we've discovered?
You found an old pathway that should have remained buried. Or you will find it soon. That can't be helped.
Or we will discover it.
Oh, you will.
Okay.
That much has already been decided by your little band. But I think that's enough of peeking the big book. And he stands up and back still towards you, begins to walk away from the table.
Is the book still on the table?
No, he's grabbed the book with him.
Has he left anything there?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, I will love to. Please be good. That is a 15.
15. You look. Seems empty.
I think I'll call over to him one last time and say, do you want to give me a hint who the real main character is? Or are you going to just keep this real brief?
Just because things are written in a book, Mike, doesn't mean it's a story. You never did get that.
Oh my god, I'm in a history textbook. This is so much worse than I could have imagined.
And with that, your dream ends to black until the morning. And with that, we will end our story for tonight. And we will be back next week, everybody, with a new chapter as they go down the Tilden River.
Amazing.
All right. So bye-bye, Twitch. And then we'll do our review offline. See you, everybody.